make cake. And yes, yes. He says yes. So amazing, amazing. And so people are doing great stuff. And it's so inspiring to see young Africans doing amazing stuff. And we hope that our speakers too will share with you what they have learned, what they have known. And then you being here, you learn from them, you be inspired, and then you decide to also do same. So you're all warmly welcome. This is MASI Career Webinar. We hope that you learn and then you are inspired to do great things for Africa. So if you are here, once again, you are warmly welcome. It's almost 6 p.m. on the dot, and we are starting. So tell your friends that we are starting. So someone is also introducing himself. Okay, let me share with you these. So there's one person who says, I am excited to be here. I am Chifoji. Sorry about the pronunciation. He says, I am Chifoji Ernest, founder of Nalig Africa. I am interested in people and community building. Wonderful. Ernest, you're warmly welcome here. And there's one lady here who says, I am Emanuela Boachiyadom, a midwifery student in Christian Service University, and I am doing small business that deals with personal care accessories. That's amazing. I love what you do, and I hope that you get these for your business, and not just that, you'll be inspired by what our speakers will share here, so that you'll be inspired to do even more than you are doing, because I know that a lot of you here are doing amazing, amazing things. And it's my prayer that as you listen to the speakers, you are inspired to do more than you have ever done. So thank you so much. And before we start, we would like to have a short word of prayer, and then we'll begin. So if you are here, our wonderful Finbar will give us a short word.
Please, can I be heard?
Finbar, yes, you can. I can hear you.
Okay, shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for continuing to bless us, preserving us till now. We pray and commit this webinar into your hands. We pray that everything that will be discussed will be to glorify your name. We pray and commit every speaker into your hands, that the Holy Spirit will guide them as to what to say. And we pray that at the end of the day, a heart will be touched here to do great and mighty things for the continent and for you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Finbar. Hello, Finbar, thank you so much. Amen and amen. So everyone here, you're all warmly welcome. And we thank you so much for being here as well. So the next on our list, we want to share with you a little about who we are. We want to introduce ourselves to you. And once we introduce ourselves to you, you know who we are, and then what we like to share with you, so that we are on the same page. So a brief introduction. So as you are here, this particular program or this particular webinar is brought to you by the Team Wakanda of Central Leadership Program Cohort 6. So if you are here and you've heard about CLP, kindly raise your hand or give me a thumbs up, especially if you've heard on it on social media, a friend of you or someone you know has told you about CLP. So we are fellows of CLP. We are fellows of CLP. So if you know anyone or if you've heard about CLP, you can give me a thumbs up so I know. Okay, a number of you. So CLP is a year-long program which seeks to develop Christian leaders who will live for Christ within the spheres or within their sphere of influence and transform societies through exceptional leadership. So if you are in Ghana or if you are in Africa, when you meet two people talking about Africa, or when you meet two people who are Africans and they are talking about Africa, or they are talking, you will most likely hear problems of Africa, what our leaders are doing, which are not right. You hear about the economic challenges that people are going through. You hear about poverty. You hear about the dismay. You hear about a lot of things. You know, we are always talking about our problems. And it is, I mean, it is so pervasive that our problems are glaring before us, that we don't even seem to look at the good things that we have or seem to appreciate the good things that we have. We are always talking about poor leadership. We are always talking about bad leadership. But then who is giving us solutions, or who is talking about solutions? So that is the main purpose, or that is why CLP is CLP. CLP is under the leadership of the International Gospel Central Church under Pastor Mensa Otabil. His vision is that when you are talking about poor leadership in Africa, you have to look at solutions. So if you are saying the leaders that we have are not doing well, why not train leaders who will come and transform Africa and make Africa better, or make Africa what you think Africa should be? And so that is what Central Leadership is about, or Central Leadership Program is about. It seeks to empower youth. It seeks to empower young people to become exceptional leaders who will transform Africa. And as members of the leadership program, or Central Leadership Program, we are privileged to talk about CLP, or tell you that we are part of CLP, and the program that we are having for you is under the umbrella of CLP. So that is who we are. We are under CLP. And the main purpose or main vision behind it is we want people, or we want Africans to not just complain, but we want Africans to take ownership, and then take ownership of their country, seek to find solutions to their problems, and then transform Africa such that Africa will be, you know, a global, will be doing well, and then will make global change. So when you are part of a Central Leadership Program, it takes you, or Central Leadership Program, CLP puts you through a 1-year mentorship or leadership training, which is quite intensive. We do a lot of assignments, we have camps, we have a lot of, you know, engagement. And as you can see here in this picture, some of these things were done during our camp sessions. We had some activity sessions here, and we're building towers. They were teaching us about leadership and how our foundation should be right, or how our foundation should be strong. We had some sessions here, and when you see us in our office, where we were pitching our projects to our leaders. So that is what CLP is about. So if you are here, you are interested, or you just want to know about CLP, you can just go online and search www.Central Leadership Program. You get to know more about CLP. And the alumni of CLP are exceptional. And I mean, you can see from people who have gone through the training and they are now fellows, or they are now BOEs, which are called the Beacon of Excellence. And one of our speakers is not just a beacon of excellence, he is the president of the Beacon of Excellence Association. And I need not to mention to you, I mean, the amazing things she's doing, but she will tell you about herself, and then you will know how impactful CLP has been, not just to my life, but to the life of all the amazing people who have been on this journey. So if you are here, you are interested, I commit, and then I encourage you to join the next cohort. So as part of CLP, we are all, you know, asked to do a particular project, or we're all asked to embark on a particular project. And my team and I, we are called Team Wakanda. Wakanda, because when you watch the movie Wakanda, you see a different Africa. The reason why the movie Black Panther was making waves, because we saw hope that is this what Africa is? Is this what Africa could be? That there was technology, there was nothing like poverty, there were women in leadership, their streets were clean, there was nothing called poor. Even the world, people in the world were chasing them for their substance, or for their properties, or their minerals. And so this is what we envision Africa to be, that Africa will be like what we saw in the movie Wakanda. So as Team Wakanda, you can see as this is Finbar here. This is James here. We have Amanda here, and that is me. So we are Team Wakanda, and this is our project. Our project is a mentor a student initiative. We want to mentor. Okay, you can't see my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen? A number of you are saying you can't see my screen. If you can see my screen, kindly give me a thumbs up so that I know that you can see my screen. Here I can see the screen, but I just received a message. Okay, someone said yes, you can see my screen. Amazing. So it seems that a number of you can see my screen, just a few who can see my screen. So if you can't see my screen, kindly, check your system or check your settings. Perhaps something is wrong somewhere. All right, so for Team Wakanda, as I mentioned, these are people. You have Finbar on the far left, that's James on the far right. He's the gentleman among ladies. That's Amanda, and that is me. So our project is a mentor student initiative. We saw the economic challenges in Africa. If you mention Africa, one thing people say about Africa is poverty. It's like we are known, Africa is poor, Africa is this, and everyone wants to get out of Africa because we think or we believe that, if this place is poor, we are complaining about leadership and all of that. So we said that if we want economic empowerment, we have to start with mentorship, because there are a lot of us who are doing very well in our careers, not just because we are more intelligent than our people or than our peers, but it's because someone took hold of our hands and guided us through our careers. And that is what we seek to, emulate, or that's what we seek to do. So our project is mainly to empower the youth towards economic growth in terms of career. So we do career developments, career workshops, and we have started with 22 students of the Precept Senior High School. And today we are having a webinar with you so that even if you are not in SHS, you can still benefit from the amazing things that Team Wakanda is here to do. And so today, if you are here with us, this is part of our project, the Mentor and Student Initiative. This is under the Mentor Student Initiative. So this is a career webinar, even though we are mentoring students in the Precepts SHS school. And so you are warmly welcome to today's events. And as I said earlier, the Mentor Students Initiative, we seek to help students to make informed career decisions and to develop their skill. The world is changing, the world is moving. We have technology, we have a lot of things. You can sit in the comfort of your homes and learn digital marketing, learn computer coding, and then make money from it. And a lot of people are, taking advantage of it, but because of ignorance, and people do not know it. So that is what we're about. We want to impact onto these students wisdom, knowledge, understanding, especially into career development. We want to see the next Jeff Bezos in Ghana. We want to see the next Bill Gates in Ghana. Oh, wow. Well, I just got distracted, but I've seen someone here who says he or she, Gilbert says he is an alumni or a past student of Precepts SHS. Gilbert, you are warmly welcome. I hope that we can share with you the pictures of what we did with Precepts SHS so that you see the amazing work that we are doing in your school. So you're warmly welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. So that is what Mentor Student Initiative is about. We are empowering students for a whole year. We spoke to their headmaster who gave us the permission, and then we started last 2 weeks. We'll go there in April as well. And today we are having the career webinar with you so that you also can benefit from what we are doing and then be inspired by the amazing speakers. So this is just an introduction to what MASI is about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. You are warmly, warmly welcome. And then thank you so much for coming or showing up as well. So we will have our speakers, and then to introduce our very first speaker will be our fellow Finbar. Okay. So I see a lot of you giving or sending questions in the comments or the chats. When it's time for questions, we will answer all your questions. And even when we are unable to answer them, the WhatsApp page is there. That's why we created the WhatsApp page, so that things that we are unable to do here, we can complete them. So your answers will be answer your questions will be answered. Your questions will be answered. So Finbar, I give you the floor.
Thank you very much. Please, can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So, our first speaker for this evening is an inspiring entrepreneur who has turned his passion into a thriving business. Mr. Giovanni Odum is the owner of Giovanni's Hive, one of the biggest youth-owned bakeries in Ghana. His cakes are nothing short of exquisite, and I can personally vouch for that since I've eaten some myself. But beyond his exceptional baking, Mr. Odum's story is one of resilience, ambition, and daring to break beyond the norm. He is living proof that following your passion can lead to remarkable success, and tonight he's here to share that journey with us. So get your pens and notebook ready. You won't want to miss this. Prepare to be inspired. Ladies and gentlemen, with some emojis, let's welcome Mr. Giovanni Odum.
Hello.
Hello, please, Mr. Giovanni, please, you have the floor.
Okay, is my camera on?
Giovanni, can
Hi.
you share your screen? Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Hi, good evening. My name is Giovanni Udum. I'm a baker. I make cakes. I want to thank the organizers for this platform for deeming me fit to come and share a story. When the organizer, the doctor reached out to me, I was like, "Mhm, me." I actually find it a pleasure and an honor to share this, and I'm hoping with my story you get to capture some
So Giovanni,
inspiration. Yeah.
hello, sorry, not to cut you short. We are finding it a little bit difficult to hear you clearly. So if you can amplify
Oh,
your voice.
um, beautiful. Is it clear? Is it better? Is it
Yeah,
better?
I think it's
Are you
yes, and
sure?
then you amplify your voice as well.
Okay. Okay. So, Melissa, how many minutes do I have, please?
25, please.
25. Okay. Okay, so I would quickly start with my story. With my background, I would talk about my childhood till school days, till up till now, right? So, my childhood, my dad, uh, my parents, my dad is a pastor, my mom is a caterer. That is like a basic thing I want to establish so that because it will be going through the whole story, right? And my dad put me in piano school and art school. So as a child, because he believed that children are smarter or brilliant when they are musically inclined. So he put me there, but it's been a long time. I don't remember about the piano. But for the art, I actually love it. And he saw I love art. So that's why he got me an art teacher. So after school, I would come home and then I have an art teacher come around and teach me some paintings and all that. And yeah, it it exposed me to a certain way of thinking, and I'm not particular about colors and textures and all those things because of like my childhood, right? And then in primary school, I went to Martin Forest, and in your final year, you get to choose. a program like your BDT, that's pre-tech home economics of visual art. But I chose visual art because that's where I found myself comfortable and thriving. And my art teacher really loved me. He loved like the fact that when he gives me an assignment, I do what he wants and even better. And I found myself doing so well in the creative space. And I knew that I wanted to do art, like make paintings or make creations with my hands. But my parents, my dad said no, I'd have to be a medical doctor. And this was very tough for me because I knew I didn't like science. I mean, the chemistry and physics and all those things, honestly, so I don't understand. And I put the efforts to learn it, like to understand it, but it's all looking like a lot of things on the board. And but I had to do the science. So I got admission to advanced SPIM and I had good grades into entering SHS. So uh I got like science, general science, biology, and I was really, really failing in the class. I was not doing well at all, to be very honest. It didn't make me happy in the school because I wasn't happy with my course. I wasn't happy with my teachers. My teachers didn't like me because you are just not a good student. I mean, yeah. And I really struggled with the whole science and things, but like yeah, but I finished by God's grace and um I came into the university. And even that, it was a struggle because my grades were no good. So I didn't make the grades to come to school. And it was a very sad period in my life because my dad, as I said, is a pastor. So I had to announce to the church that I will not be making it to school that year. Like I didn't make it to the university. It was very difficult because um it's very embarrassing. I was even behind the piano. I was playing at church, and he announced that I couldn't raise my head, and everyone came saying, "You'll be fine. It doesn't matter." Like all those sympathetic stuff. But it was really hard for me. But God being so good, the following Sunday, I didn't come to church because I got admission to Kia University, and that was a very big testimony. I don't know how that happened because I was so sure we were going to go to school this year. We are going to do the remedials and all that. But this is all because I didn't like my course. And I would like to, if I could, encourage parents that they should let their kids do what they think they are good in because it's really challenging. Some people would find medicine or science very easy to them. Some people will find the engineering stuff very easy. But if you force them to do what they don't want to do, they will try. It will just take a toll on them. However, so I came to tech, God being so good, and I actually chose a course around the medical field because I knew that I wouldn't like be a medical doctor, but like starting with a course that I could top up later to be a specialist in something really. So I got disability and rehabilitation, and that has to do with physiotherapy, speech therapy, hearing impairment. So every sort of disability, I was going to be like a doctor for the whole, uh, everybody with disability. But I also later in life, like in my school time, I did my internship at 37, which was so with the patients learning how to do the physio, and I started falling in love with the whole medical idea. Like it was something I love to do. And then I got the opportunity to go to Kenya, Mombasa, to visit the biggest disability school in the world. It's called Sahajanan, and I was there for about 6 weeks. And then I met every kind of this person with disability, like everybody, every sort of disability you think about was there. And some are not even in Ghana. Like that's how crazy it is. Benedict, I don't know if I could share my screen to show the pictures. Um,
Try sharing again. I think you can.
Okay. Is it sharing?
Yes, we
Is it sharing?
can.
Okay, great.
Yes, we can.
So this is me in Kenya with these kids with disability, and I instantly fell in love with the idea of working with the program. Yeah. Um, and this was my favorite kid. And this guy changed my story about the disability aspect. Um, I'll have to stop sharing now. Yeah. Okay. Right. So with this little guy I met, he had speech impairment and physical impairment as well. He had stiff bones and all that. So I was doing physiotherapy for him. And with the speech, that's when I realized that he could hear me when I tell him to sit, when I tell him to stand, when I'm leaving by, everything he understands, but he cannot speak. And once you can't hear, you can't speak. Like imagine you close your ears, you don't know how ABCD sounds like. You would never know how to say ABCD. But since he did hear, it was a chance for him to speak. And with the other therapist I was working with, they told me with like therapy, we could work on it. So it felt good to me giving people the chance to like um, speak again or speak or do some like creating something. I think I just like the whole idea of creating something from scratch. So let's move from the disability. So I'm just trying to tell you the whole story about me actually trying to be in the medical field till I got here, right? So this whole journey, I now fell in love with it and I wanted to do the medical stuff my parents wanted. But I came back from the trip and then um, COVID hit Ghana, I mean the world, and then we had to go home. We went home and I was just home, and I had this group of friends. We were four, so everyone's birthday, like we try to make make do something for their birthday. So this time the person was my friend, but all the we are so good friends. So he was in Kumasi and we had to send him a package because it was COVID, like we couldn't like meet together to celebrate. So we're just sending him a package. But we decided to do breakfast package, and then I called a restaurant in Kumasi that I wanted to order a basket for a friend, and my budget was 300 CDs because we were three. I mean, we are four, but we are three celebrating one. So it's a contribution of 100 CDs. And this person told me that it starts from 900 CDs. And I said, yeah, that's really expensive. Like, and we're students, so it was really expensive. It was a lot. I mean, for now, if they tell me, if I'm trying to, it felt like they are telling me the basket is 2,000 CDs. Like, how, like it's expensive. So, we didn't get the package, and I was very sad about that. But then the next birthday was my lady friend, and I decided to like make the package myself. So I have thanked my parents. So my dad got me money. My mom took me shopping. We went to buy waffle makers, sandwich makers, a lot of machines to make this work. Like during the whole package work, we went to those who make baskets to get baskets for this breakfast. Like my parents actually helped me organize this because this friend was a very important friend to all of us in the family. And we made the package. And once I did that package, let me share my screen again to show the package I did. Okay. So this is my mom and I shopping for the ingredients for the packages. And then we made this package. So this was the first ever package I made. But we had scrambled eggs, sausages, and all that. And then we went to surprise her with a saxophone and all that. It was amazing. Then then I posted it like a normal, like well, that's what social media is for. I just posted like this whole making of basket and surprising my friend, and it was like, wow, this package is nice. You should do it. You should do it. And I'm like, no, I can't. I don't think I can cook for people. Like, what do I know about cooking to come and cook people? It was just eggs and sausages. So like, yeah, and and her birthday was in May, and the Father's Day was the following month. So my friend really pushed me, like, you have to do Father's Day. And I was like, I don't think I am fit to cook for public. And my mom, being a caterer, made things easier because she was now teaching me and helping me cook and make all these packages, and it was easy. But it was a lot of work for me to think of cooking for people. And I must tell you, so I actually did the Father's Day, and it was a disaster. It was very hard because I had no idea how to run this. I had no idea what I was doing. And my first set of orders came like me starting a business, and I sent the flyers out, and my friends were so supportive. Like, my friends are the best. I didn't have a large audience. It was just friends and classmates and they were just spreading the flyers everywhere. And I got random calls wanting to place the order, and I'm wondering if I can do this. But I know that I felt I wasn't capable of doing that. So it was just God. I was just praying to God, and I mean the miracle didn't happen that everything went smooth, but it was a process I had to go through. It was very horrible. That day was really bad, and I would not want to relive that experience of making packages. It was so. I had a lot of motor riders outside my place. I made them breakfast packages, and I just needed all the packages to go. So I just go out and I give it out, and I don't know who I've given it to. So when a client calls me that my package is not in, I don't know who is talking. I don't know which rider has the package. I was just not ready. Like, I'm just letting you know how bad it is, because you don't have to be good enough to start something. Like, I started and I had no idea what I was doing. I was not organized. I tried. And a lot of bad things happened on that day of preparation. Our lights went out, the generator full off finished, it was raining cats and dogs, and we were not getting everything we needed to make the packages perfect. And I was really giving up. And that evening, it was a breakfast package. I mean, by 10 a.m., everyone should have received. As at 4 p.m., people have still not received their package, and they are calling. And it was, I can't tell you how bad it was. It was really bad. And a woman called me, was like, "Do you know who I am? You think you can scam me?" Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm sorry, but I don't even know who you are. I don't know where your package is. I have, it was bad. And my sister was crying. I was devastated. My mom was devastated. Everyone was just messed up. And we are like, oh God, I don't think I can do this. I don't even think I will do this again. I actually gave up. So after the Father's Day, I gave up. I wasn't going to do this thing again, because I mean I wasn't doing it for money. I saw like I was doing the business because I needed the money. In the end, I didn't even make anything. I used all the money to pay all the riders because I request the Bolt or the Uber, it's 70 CDs. It goes and then it's now 150, and there's nothing I can do. I have to just pay the driver. So I was paying, so I just needed a package delivered, and it was horrible. And I gave up. But then my friends again, I would see go on WhatsApp and I'll see that my friends have posted the flyer. Like, the support was crazy. Like, I didn't know why what people saw, why they were going all out to push me out there. And because of that, I couldn't stop. And my mom, my parents, everyone, my friends, everyone encouraging me to do it, continue, don't worry, it's the beginning. And I started taking orders again, regular breakfast orders. So I was just doing it, and now it was looking good. And one thing that was very important to me was reviews. I will not give you a package and not ask you how it was. Like, I really want to know every detail what you think about the package. And these reviews actually helped me get better. One thing you guys should also do is to seek reviews. Like, let the people who are patronizing you tell you what they think about the package, what they think you should work on. So in my breakfast package, I used to cut up the foods, and some people say that the foods like they take up the sense of the whole package. So like every even cake, or even like spring rolls and things that was meant like foods, like it's not supposed to be so. I stopped cutting them up. I would just keep the whole orange in, the whole get it. And like every review was important. People will say the spring roll was too soggy, and we would make it crisp, but like there were a lot of things that were going wrong. But I got the reviews to help me get better, right? And reviews are very important. Up to now, even if I send you a package, I would always ask you what you think. Like, yeah. So all those things really helped me get better. And then along the line, this same family that I made the first breakfast for, her brother got wanted to order a package for his fiancée, but he said she didn't like breakfast packages, so he wanted lunch like food. And so I just had mom help me. We made jollof, fried rice, goat meat, all those salads and everything, and it was something I also posted out there. That now people started ordering lunch, and now companies. It was so fast. I think this thing has to do with God. I don't know. Everything was working. It's like as soon as I do it and I post it, I'm going to have people coming to buy the same thing or even more. Now I started making food for companies for their lunch and making breakfast packages. So I would now wake up extra early, make breakfast packages from 4 a.m. to like 8, then start cooking lunch from 8 to till 10 or 12, start dispatching the lunch, and I was so busy. Then another person came that she wants breakfast, lunch, and cake. And I don't make cakes, but my mom is a caterer, so she makes cakes for us at home on special occasions. So mom baked the cake, and then I decided to decorate it. And but I am art inclined, so with the cake I decorated it, I posted it, and now people started ordering cakes. And I was by the time I realized like everything was happening fast. But right now, I'm not doing breakfast or lunch, just cakes. And just to tell you that when you start something, um, it doesn't mean you should go with it. Like you can start selling hair, or I don't know, but it doesn't matter what you start with because you would find your feet along the way, right? And so this had to change when I had to go into the university. I was already in the university when I had to go back to school after COVID. So this happened during COVID 2020. That's like 5 years ago. And now school resumed in January 2021, and I was now in my final year. Now me, that was very hyped up for this whole doctor stuff and disability stuff. Now I would go to class early, come back, come and decorate cakes and bake. And I got a small oven, like the size of a microwave, to take to school because I couldn't carry cooking pots and things to school in my hostel. So I couldn't do the lunch packages and breakfast anymore. I just got the small oven to be doing cupcakes and things. But my first order was a full cake, a big birthday cake. And as I kept posting in okay, I was in tech, I don't know if I mentioned it in this. So but the business started in Accra during COVID because we came home. And in tech, I was selling the cakes. And I took advantage of Valentine's Day. So we go to school in January, and the next month was Valentine's. That is also, I hope people can take note of this, that I usually take advantage of the special days like Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day. Yes, for my kind of business, it works. I don't know what business, but you have to find what works for you. So I had my business thrive through these special occasions. So that's when I will make a flyer and circulate it, and then have people. And the mass will come, they all buy, and then they now know about this brand. Yeah. One thing I also did was yes, with the breakfast package, it was so expensive for me, the 900 CDs. And so when I was making my breakfast, it started from 50 CDs. So I had 50 CDs. And it was It was because of what these people showed me. That's why. So this was the breakfast package. Started from 50. This was the first ever menu we made, and this is how now the breakfast packages were going. After the first one I made for my friend, and this is what I was doing in the beginning. So this is what my friends were posting. Um, all right. So um uh yeah, so I went on with the Valentine's Day, and that was also a very tragic time because I was I went back to school. My family was handling Accra, and I was mixing the orders as the clients in Accra, but I put it into MASI list. It was so bad, and it took years to master the craft. It took years to know how to run this business with little or no faults, and it's been like 5 years now, but people may just see the glory part now and feel like I want to be like you. But there were a lot of tears, a lot of headaches, a lot of sad times, a lot of emotional times. And it's only God that can help you with the journey because you have to go through it. You actually have to go through all that to be good at what you are doing, right? And so I was doing the cakes, and as I said, Val's Day was still horrible. And yeah, but a lot of people bought cupcakes for the Valentine's Day. So a lot of people got to hear about me, and the prices too were really low. Someone even asked me that time that cupcakes that is 35 CDs, they're only be nice. And that's because it was too cheap for them. But I didn't mind because I wanted it to be very affordable. Once you try it, years to come, I can now have the price of its value. So I would now get the money like I needed. Because if you make it expensive, people will not buy it or they'll buy for occasions. And one thing about my cakes is it wasn't for occasions. Like people buy it because they are crazy. People buy it because they want to write, send a message to someone. People buy it. It's not really about they don't have to wait for a birthday to buy it because it's affordable, it's delicious, and you can have it as a dessert or anytime you want to treat yourself. So I just kept the prices low to delve into the market before making foods, and I wanted people to try my foods so they can make me their plug. Now, fast forward to Valentine's Day. Every day, I go to class while doing my project work. I come back, come and bake. I'll stay up till 4 a.m. baking because my oven was really small and it couldn't accommodate a lot of cakes. So I have to be running tests. It takes like 1 hour for one cake to bake, and you spend all your nights up. Some I sleep off. The oven will be oh, child, it was not easy. And less sleep, like just working and making sure, yeah. I didn't want to ever disappoint the client, so always doing things to make always doing things to make sure my clients are happy. Yeah. Right. So now this cake thing has been going on for like 3 years, and I've been doing the same things and getting better, being faster, creating designs and all that. But last year in August, I realized that my classmates and mates have started getting married and they're ordering for wedding cakes. But it's tough for me to to make a wedding cake because I know how to do the whipped cream. Um ice cream. And it's very delicate, it easily melts. So I wouldn't want to disappoint someone on their wedding day with a cake that smells. So I wanted to learn the proper way. So I started taking up classes. So I went to schools to learn with bakers. So I actually signed up for a master class for a wedding cake, but it was like this was a big person and I had no idea about wedding cake. So I took a class first to learn the fundamental about making the wedding cake, and then I now went to the master class and then I did what they taught me. And I started taking up more classes, and I felt at home. I mean, I was learning. I was in school, learning these kids, and it didn't feel like a punishment. I was at my best place, and I knew that I really loved this whole baking thing. And yeah, the consistency of making cake. And I work from Sunday to Sunday. There's no break. And the orders keep coming in by God's grace. And I just put in the work. If I have to, sometimes people are asleep in the house, everyone is asleep, and I'm alone making all the cakes. My Snap family would know if I try updating them on social media. And I just love what I'm doing, so it's not even difficult. But for for now, like with the whole journey from how far we've come, I have to just give glory to God because I didn't expect to even be in this field. I really thought I was going to be doing the medical stuff, and I didn't expect to be treasured this much by people. People make me feel very good about like what I'm doing, and I am very happy with what I'm doing. So summarizing everything, I just follow your passion and put in the work. Also, if you have to start something, please start it now because it will take you time to master your craft. If you wait, if you keep procrastinating, you would it will take you more time to get better. If I didn't start this business 5 years ago, it will be I mean I will be 30 something before I would be getting better. So as young people, I really think if you want to do something, if you have passion in doing something, start now. It doesn't matter how qualified you are, how good you are, just start. You learn on the job and you keep getting better, right? It will take you a few years to master it before you reap what you sow, right? So um, I think that's it. And I had some quotations that were helping me throughout my journey. I would share with you Philippians 4:13, Galatians 6:9, Proverbs 12. Because of time, I cannot read them for you, but you can check them out and see if they would motivate you. So I'm going to write Philippians 4:13, Galatians 6:9, and Proverbs 12:11. These quotations were guiding me through the whole journey, and I thank God for where I am now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Giovanni. It's been amazing. Giovanni is a personal friend and he's a friend of a friend. I got to know him through a very good friend of ours. That's why I was so happy that he could join us. And I saw him through his journey. So let's give it up for him. Let us appreciate him. He has done so well. He told me that it was his first speaking engagement, so he doesn't know what to share. But as you can see, he has done amazing. So if you are here, you can share something that he said that it really resonates with you. I've written a lot of things down. I'm not just here to be your host, but I'm here to learn. And some of you are saying his cakes are the best, very inspiring. That is so amazing. Giovanni shared that you see, if you check his story, you realize that it was not just by him, he had people to help him. His mom was a caterer. So even though initially his parents were saying that to become a medical doctor, when they saw how passionate he was with what he was doing in regards to catering, they gave him their full support, right? So he says that if you have something to start, now is the time. That is so right. And Felicia, thank you so much. He said that when you start something, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will end with it. So what you have now, start. You know, I have this principle of mine that when you start something or when you have something in your hands doing, do it with all your heart. It may not be your purpose, but it may be something which will lead you to your purpose. So know that whatever you have in your hands, do it, do it, do it, and do it well. He says that you can start small. I'm reading what some of you are saying. You can start small. You don't need to be perfect to start. Amazing. So all those of you here who are thinking of starting something, make sure you put down all that he has shared with you. So Giovanni will still be around here to ask or answer some of the questions that you have. For some of you, you are battling with your parents. I want to do this, I want to do that. For some of you, you are starting a startup, you are finding very little encouragement. He'll be here to answer your questions. So kindly stick and stay. Some of you have seen his cake. I would have loved to share some of his cakes, but I've shared it on the main page. But as we move on and I get the opportunity, I'll share with you some of his cakes. Some of his cakes are amazing. His cakes are amazing. So if you are here, you can just check on Instagram, Giovanni's Hive, and then you see what he has been doing, and then you'll be encouraged to do more. If you want a cake order, he will do it for you in a jiffy. So before we Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Giovanni. So we'll move on to our second speaker and introducing our second speaker. So as you can see from the lineup, we want everyone to speak. So when they are done, then you can bombard them with all the questions that you have. So as they are talking, if you have any question, if you have anything that's on your mind, you just note it down so that they can listen to your questions and then answer them when they are all done. So I'll call Amanda to introduce to us our next speaker. Amanda, if you are here, can you introduce our next speaker? Hello, Amanda.
Hi, Doc. I think she's not available, so her network is not favoring her, so I'll step in for her. If you can hear me.
I can hear you. You can go ahead, James.
Great. So our next speaker is a young person who didn't allow failure to define her future. In 2017, she failed WASI. In 2018, she retried and failed again. In 2018, she tried again a third time and passed this time. She started learning graphic design while waiting for university acceptance. She got into the university in 2019, finally. However, in 2020, COVID came around and schools were closed. And that's when she decided to master her craft, which is graphic designing. And in 2021, she decided to monetize her skills and tried entrepreneurship. She has stayed consistent and she has been pushing and she has kept networking. In 2022, she won her first two national awards. She took on leadership roles, got involved in every single thing. She won an entrepreneurship award, and finally, she graduated with first class honors. Our second speaker is Mabel Darko. I want you to pay attention, get your books ready as she shares powerful insights on how she succeeded against all odds. And if you are here and you are ready as I am, I want you to send emojis showing your excitement as we welcome our second speaker, Mabel Darko. So if Mabel Darko can hear us, please, you can take over.
Okay, good evening, everyone. If you can hear me, please let me know you can hear me in the chat box or through emojis. Okay, I see Kofi already, so I believe everyone can hear me. Good evening, everyone. And Dr. Benedicta, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm very happy to be here. And thank you, James, as well, for the warm introduction. And also thank you to Giovanna for his presentation. That has really, really inspired me even before me having to share my story. And I believe that everyone has been blessed with his presentation as well. So quickly, I would love to share my screen to start my presentation. So please, as soon as can you see my screen, can you let me know? Okay, please, can anyone see my screen? Bennett, please, if you can see my screen, please unmute and let me know you can see so that.
Okay, let me make a quick announcement or chip in. Amanda, if you are
Okay.
here, kindly make Mabel the co or host so that she can share her screen. Amanda, if you
Okay.
can hear me, make Mabel the host. Amanda. Amanda, if you can hear me, kindly make Mabel the host.
Yes, please.
Okay, Dr. Benedict, please let me when it works so that I can start.
Hello, Amanda. Okay, so Mabel, if you can share with me your slides and then I'll share with you. But if you can go ahead to, you can start and share with me your slides. I will share
Okay,
them
then.
with you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sharing it now.
All right, so Mabel, kindly go ahead. Hello, Mabel, kindly go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Bene, thank you. So good evening once again, everyone. And once again, you're all welcome to our session for today. So I'm going to touch on succeeding despite failure, resilience, and making a strong comeback. But even with this, I want to touch on the seven disciples of success. The seven disciples of success. How can you be successful in everything that you do? I believe that most of us are students. Some are now trying to find work. Some are already employed. Some of us are already gurus in our industries, etc. But how do you actually succeed, especially when you are starting? And how do you know that some things are working for you? How do you know that some things are actually going to help you succeed in everything that you do? So I'm going to touch on how you can succeed despite failing in every aspect you find yourself. So if you are ready for me, please type I'm ready in the chat box so I know you are ready. I'm ready. Let's see about 5 I'm ready in the chat box and we can proceed. Okay, Kenneth says you are so ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So let me show my screen since we are already down. Okay, so once again, I'm here. So how many of you believe that your dreams are valid? If you believe your dreams are valid, please put in the chat box, my dreams are valid. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone yet. How many of you believe your dreams are valid? Okay. I feel the energy now. Okay. Now I believe most of us know. Okay. I can actually feel the energy now. So what did you use to tell people when you are asked to mention what you want to become in future? I believe that most of us when we were young, we had big dreams, etc. So anytime you were asked what career you wanted to venture into in future, what did you use to mention? Let's see some in the chat box. I'm sure I'll see doctors, lawyers. I won't see farmer. That one I already know. But let's see what some of us had as our dreams. Okay, Salifu says I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Okay, actress. Hey, we see some Jackie Pierce and doctor. All right, pilot. Wow. Okay, I think my brother wanted to become a pilot. So for that, I really and police. Wow, accountants. Someone said, "Hey, you can't." Okay. Hey, wow. Okay. President, which one? Is it the previous one or the current one kind of president? Please let us know. Okay, lawyer. Okay. So thank you very much for the response. And I hope that we all stay engaged throughout the session. So for me, I do not want to be a doctor. I do not want to be a lawyer. I do not want to be a police. I do not want to be an architect, actress, etc. But I just wanted to be someone who will grow to become very successful. When I say successful, I mean very successful and inspire someone who inspires people. That was all the dreams that I had. But I did not really know what exactly I wanted to be. I just wanted to be someone who really inspires. So my goal then was to go to school, complete all my levels of education, do my masters, do PhD, etc. And then I become that. By then I was young. I think I was in primary three by then. So that was my dream. Just complete all my levels and then inspire people. I did not really know the actual work I wanted to do. I did not know the career that I wanted to find myself in. I just wanted to be someone who inspires people. Then I started my journey. Then I moved on to basic school. But Dr. Bennett, can you share the screen now? Because I want to show something.
We're having a little bit of a challenge. Giovanni, if you can hear me, can you check your messages? Thank you. I'll be done in a jiffy. I'm so sorry, Mabel.
All right, no problem. I wanted to show. Okay, I think I'll show that later. So yes. So I started, went to high school, went to basic school, I was getting all the awards, was discipline, best in French. I'm sure most of you have been getting best in French already, but I don't know what I was writing about. I was just getting best in French. But anything I was doing, I was just succeeding in school. So I continued. I moved to high school. And then I remember back in basic school again, I read one of the social studies books, and then I saw that almost all the presidents in Ghana attended Achimota schools. I was like, okay, since successful people, and those people are people who really inspired me, especially Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. As soon as I realized that he attended Achimota school, okay, thank you so much, Dr. Bennett. Please scroll up down after the questions. Yeah, so I saw Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I heard he attended Achimota school. So yes, I also wanted to attend Achimota school. So then I applied to I chose my schools for high school, and then God's grace, I had Achimota school. Even before getting Achimota school, I had my second choice, which was Wesley Grammar. But I wasn't happy. But then, even as a child, I believe that God can work miracles. So I was praying, I kept praying even before I went for my final form. So I was just praying to God that God, I don't want Wesley Grammar, not because it's not a good school, but because you remember I said I want to inspire people in future. And I know that people who inspire attend Achimota school. Sorry if you did not attend Achimota school, but yes. So I was praying, and by God's grace, guys, can you imagine? A day when I was going for my forms to submit to the school I went to school and I was told that I had Achimota school, and my teachers were rather asking me why I lied to them that I had Wesley Grammar. So that was my first miracle. So I was so happy, overwhelmed that I was going to Achimota School. So yes, by God's grace, I had Achimota School and then I went. I got to Achimota School believing that right after Achimota School, I was going to University of Ghana, which was my next dream. Remember, I mentioned I wanted to climb the academic ladder so that I can inspire people. So I wrote my WASI. Before I wrote my main WASI, I wrote a first WASI in level 200 in Form 2 so that at least I can pass early and continue my I can continue my academic journey. Yes, this is it. Okay, so Dr. Bene, please go to the slide before this. Yes, this is me here with my innocent face, already ready to attack the future. So this is me here having all the big dreams and wanting to go to high school. Yeah, so please go to the next slide. Some of you were looking at my shoe. I can see you are laughing. All of you sponsor me shoe. So yes, this is me in basic school getting all the awards. Now this is me in Achimota School. There too, I was a house prefect, and then I was honored to get some awards there as well as one of the most disciplined students. Then now, moving on to the next academic ladder, which was my university, there was a roadblock. I failed. I failed my first WASI before my main WASI. So I was thinking, how can I continue to my tertiary school and then do my PhD, SHI, and inspire people? I did not know what to do. So first, when I failed the first time before writing my main WASI, I was like, okay, I've not written my WASI, so that's the first try. And that one, I had an E. And that was my first try. So I was like, okay, let me just wait for the next one. So I rewrote again for the main WASI. And can you imagine that one? I failed. It wasn't an E, it wasn't a D, it was a straight F. I was so sad. And I was a house prefect. For me, I wasn't a normal, I was a very strict house prefect. So you can only imagine how people will laugh at me. House prefect, you have failed. So I was wondering, how can I do this, etc. So all I had to resort to was to leave social media, hide from everyone. I left all my course groups, or I left all my school groups, house groups, you name it. I left every group and then hid from social media throughout that period. So I started trying to figure out how I can rewrite. And I did not want to wait for a whole year. So I rewrote again the same year again with the tech students. And then by God's grace, for the third time, I passed. So after I passed, I had a few months to go to school. I was wondering what I could do to while away time so that I don't really stay at home and people will be asking me what I'm doing. So I decided to attend a basic computer school so that I can at least prepare to learn how to use laptops. And even before that, I researched on what successful university students, what helps students in university become successful. And I realized that most of them have laptops, etc. So then that is why I even enrolled in basic school, um, in the basic computer school, so that I can learn about how to use laptops when I'm finally in my dream university. So then I learned, and then a little bit of design was part. So then I learned a bit of graphic design. Then I then moved on to YouTube. I reached out to my church graphic designer, and then I started learning more graphic design there. And then I also resorted to YouTube. So then during that period, I was becoming better and better graphic design. And by God's grace, University of Ghana called, and then I had my first choice course, and then I was finally admitted. So I was very, very happy at this point. At least now I won't be hiding again. And yes, so I gained admission into University of Ghana, and then I started with my schooling. But then after my first semester, COVID happened. So I had to go home. We all had to go home and then start online education, etc. So while at home again, I decided to revisit graphic design. I was helping my church with their Sunday flyers. Every Sunday, I design flyers, every church event, etc. And I'm also a type that anytime I'm doing something, I'm excited, I would be posting them on my status. Remember, now I was in school, so I was back online. I was posting on my status, etc. So people began to see me do designs, etc. But my goal was not to really advertise my skills, etc. But the goal was just to be excited. Okay, so whilst I was posting graphic design, my learnings, etc., people began to see that I'm a graphic designer, even without me knowing that I was a graphic. In fact, at a point, I didn't even know what I was doing was someone who does that is STEM graphic design. So I went to school after COVID, and people started calling me graphic designer, etc. So that I realized that okay, then people have begun to know me for what I do because I was showing it to them myself. I was posting those stuff on my status. So I started at least going around campus being known as a graphic designer. So at a point, too, people began to reach out to me and asking for prices of my flyers, etc. Even without me knowing I was a businesswoman. So at a point, my friends also reached out and then told me to monetize it since people are already reaching out. So I should grab the opportunity. So yes, I grabbed the opportunity. I started monetizing it, and of course, being a student, not having to rely on my parents every day, at least charging some 70 CDs, 100 CDs, I was making extra cash. So I was very happy. Now I was designing, and then I started designing citations for people. So I realized that, oh, okay, people realize that since I do citation, then I can frame. So then people began to ask me whether I can frame, etc. So then I just hopped on to it. If people are asking me for frames, then I can do frames. So then I just quickly organized myself, and then I added framing to my business, and then I became a graphic designer and then a picture framer. So I was doing that, etc. I started designing mags and then wedding souvenir designs for people. And then they began to ask whether I can print souvenirs for them. Then I added souvenirs to it. I was I was still doing that, etc. Designing banners, etc. And then people asked, can you print banners for me? I added banners. So then I started entrepreneurship from there with designing, framing, printing. And then I came up with the name Made Concept with the help of my brother and other people as well. So Made Concept, which is Mabel and Dapo, and then Concept. So even with the concept, people were saying use Mabel graphics, etc. But then I knew that graphic design is not the only thing I want to do. If I would do design, I would definitely add and then expand at a point. I did not really know what exactly I wanted to do. I knew that design wasn't the only thing I was going to do, and then I should just think beyond design. So I decided to go for concepts, which covers a wide range of things. Then we started from there. Then at a point, after I was doing that, etc., I started helping student politics, etc., student politicians with their flyers on campus because those were my target audience at a point. Of course, they were the ones who needed graphics, etc. So I started designing for them. Business student entrepreneurs to reach out to me for their flyers, etc. I started doing that. I started campaigning for people, etc. And then people began to recognize me for my good works. Then I started being nominated for awards, etc. The goal was not even to be nominated for awards or anything, but then people were nominating me for awards. So yes, there was a first award which I was nominated for, which was the National Union of Ghana Student Entrepreneurship Award, which is one of the biggest award schemes in Ghana currently for students, and it's national too. So then I was nominated for that. And the next slide, the slide before this, please. So I was nominated for that. And can you imagine people reached out to me telling me that I should, yes, third one, I should not really promote this, etc., because these kind of awards are politically predetermined and then I won't win. I should forget. I told them that, oh, me, I'm in my little corner doing my own thing and nominated me. So I'll just post it. If people vote for me, fine. If they don't vote for me, it's more like a promotion for my business. So I'll just go in for it, not putting in my whole heart that if I lose, it will be a problem for me. So it's a win-win. If I win, that is fine. At least I'll have some nice medal in my room to show to my children in future. If I don't win, that's fine. At least I've promoted my business. So why I'll just go for it. Whether political gurus are in it, whether top tycoons. And by then I was in level 200. So me with my tiny body, been seeing my pictures, you know that I'm sure I wear size 4. So this small tiny body being in the midst of 18 people. In my category, there were 18 people in that category, 16 boys, 2 females. And we were there, and a day before me, I was even competing not because I wanted to win. So I did not even get any attire down for any graduation, any award night, anything. So I was just there, and that night, blah, blah, blah. I just checked and then I had won in that category with about 5,000 and something posts. But the next person behind me was about 18,000, etc. So you can just imagine the gap. So because I just posted and people believed in me that I deserved it, etc., they voted for me even without me having to stress. And then I came out as a winner. So this actually taught me that regardless of what people say, regardless of how people see things, or regardless of people see to be normal, you can definitely overcome anything you find yourself, and you can definitely win in everything you do. It doesn't really matter what people see or people see to be the normal in that particular industry. So yes, all the politicians with my small body as a level 200 student, I was able to pull through and then be the winner of that. So yes, I was very, very happy. And then since that award, there were lots of nominations coming in, etc. Some I did not even really follow, some I tried, and then I won almost all the ones I tried, I won them. So I won these awards. These are a few that I could gather for you. So winning the awards, doing business, and mind you, I was also involved in extracurricular activities, leadership roles. I was doing everything. I did not want to be idle. I wanted to get to really, really, I wanted the school to pass through me, not me passing through the school. So I was doing everything I could. I did not, and I think in level 100, I used to attend these career seminars, and I realized that there are a lot of people who have really regretted completing school without really involving themselves in such things. So I did not want to regret after school. So that is why I was trying to involve myself in a lot of things. So I was there, etc. Now, level 300, I won another award. I was doing business. I started getting gigs with a lot of companies, with just name it, with the UN, with a lot of companies as a level 200 and 300 students. So people began to reach out to me saying, Mabel, focus on your books and stop doing entrepreneurship. On your books, stop doing leadership. Focus on your books. Stop going for, what is it called? Seminars, conferences. There will be times where class will be going on. You see me in Kumasi attending the conference whilst class is ongoing. But one thing that I always did whilst following entrepreneurship, doing this, was never forgetting my books. If I'm whether I'm in class or not, I'll make sure that if I miss the class, when I come back, I make sure that I cover everything that I have to cover. If I don't go for class, I had a group of friends that were ensuring that my notes were covered. So I really, really had a backup. So not like I was just doing entrepreneurship and doing other things and forgetting my books. So and anytime it's time for exams, I'll make sure I write and write from my heart and make sure I pass. So for the academics, low key, I was doing it, but people thought I wasn't serious with my books. So all of a sudden, people reached out to me, Mabel, stop entrepreneurship, stop this, stop that, focus on your books. But then I kept doing, even there will be days where I have exams and you see me in town printing or attending a meeting with institutions for money. So I was just doing that. But as soon as I get to my room, I'll make sure I do all my tests, and then also reach out to my friends for what I missed. And sometimes I even end up preparing their slides for them, me who was not in the class. So I did that. Now it was time for us to graduate. I was waiting for my results. I think they are level 400. I was waiting for my results. And then, no, let me talk about one thing before that. In level 400, as a level 400, I was in second class upper. And in level 100 again, at orientation, I heard that for first class, you get it just once and it's just your first degree. After that, you can't get first class again. So since then, I put in my mind that I wanted to get first class. So as a level 400 first semester, I was at second class up. I was like, God, why? Is it because of what they've been saying that I've been involving myself in too much entrepreneurship and business and extracurricular activities? God, don't feel me, I beg. I started praying and learning, etc. Are you? Don't worry, we'll talk about that later. So I was just thinking whether God was punishing me. Meanwhile, I knew that I was missing classes, but at least I was trying. God, I beg. I was praying. Then you know what I did in that my level 400 first and second semester. We were supposed to do about 6 subjects. I took 7 subjects for both semesters, and I made sure that that semester I really learned. I learned from my heart. So instead, whilst all other students were taking 6 hours, taking second, so that at least if I get A throughout, it will balance my GPA and maybe push me to first class. So yes, I was doing that, learning, balancing my GPA every time I'm in my MIS web. So God willing, I think 2 weeks before our results were released online, the portal, our last result was released, and that was what was going to determine whether I'll get a first class or not. If I get a B, I won't get first class from that class. But then God being so good, I was praying. And that was the course I knew I won't get a B. I won't get an A. I knew at least I'll get a B. But I wanted to get a B plus so that at least I'll still have that 0.2 that will push me to first class. And can you all imagine, after all my prayers, God did not fail me. I got my B plus, and then quickly I moved to first class. That was my dream in level 100. In my level 100 dream, I had a first class while shaming everybody that yes, I can do business, I can do I can do business, I can do curricular activities, I can travel and still combine and then still get first class. So I was so happy, and then by God's grace, I had this first class, and yes, I really, really made my family proud because yes, as I'm here, I'm the first female in my family who has actually completed university, and you being the first female getting the first class, not just completing with that, having a business, doing a whole lot of things. My family was very proud of me, and my friends were also proud. So I was so happy. And I did not just complete with that, I had other awards as well. So this really, really made me very, let's see, yes, this really made me very happy that at least I've achieved this great feat. So I remembered my childhood dream that yes, at least I've cleared something out of the line, and then at least there's something else to look up to. So now after school, what's next? What do I do after school? So Dr. Bennett, please move to the next slide. Yeah, so this is me. Okay, so this is me, etc., etc. So yeah, so right after school, I was thinking about what I would do after school. What do I even during school? I was thinking about that, but I really dawned on me after we started our service. What will I do after school? People are being, are already getting employment into these big organizations, PwCs, the Deloitte. Mabel, you are here. What do you do? And I remember that I got a skill. I already had a skill that I had learned during my failure period. So I started and I'd already started monetizing it. So I decided then to take it seriously. But how would people really know what I do if I do not tell them? So, and then what platform can I use? So then I got on LinkedIn. But even before I got on LinkedIn in level 100. Okay, I got on LinkedIn in level 100, being told by a friend to join, just to join because it's a professional platform for students and professionals. So then I joined, but I wasn't really serious on the platform. And so later on, I reached out to someone. I reached out to a trainer, and then I learned about LinkedIn, but I wasn't really using it because by then I did not really know my goal on LinkedIn. So I was just dormant on LinkedIn. You can see me here. If you can see the screen, you can see 30 connections here. So in 2023, I decided to become serious on LinkedIn. That was when I realized that, oh, okay, so I have a skill that I can monetize after school. What am I going to do? So why won't I monetize this while trying to look for what exactly my path is after school? So I decided to start LinkedIn whilst focusing on my business. So I started sharing my stories on LinkedIn. Then now I began to share my stories, the stories I gathered back in school. That was the stories that I just shared, the entrepreneurship one, the graphic design one, how I even started, etc. People who helped me and what I wanted to be known for. I started sharing stories around those on LinkedIn. So as people began to see me for design, see me for okay, I have 8 minutes more. Thank you. People began to see me as a graphic designer. People began to see me as an entrepreneur, etc. They began to reach out to me with gigs, businesses, etc. And I realized that I do not really have to go to work to make money. I can even stay in the comfort of my room and make money. So then I started doing those there. And then when I started sharing my story about failure, my story about successes, etc., I realized that people were inspired. And then I naturally love personal development because at every point I love to grow. So I started sharing my stories, and then you can see me here. The first one here. Yeah, I was invited to speak at an event. The second one, I was talking about personal development. I was invited to speak here. You can see me here, Passion for Profit. I was speaking on brand identity for a workshop. And most of these ones were paid events. Here, I was speaking on LinkedIn because at a point I was talking about LinkedIn. Here, you can see me here speaking, sharing my stories, inspiring people. So when I started sharing stories, inspiring people, I then remember the dream that I had in basic school, the dream that I had that I wanted to just grow and inspire people, not really with the job I'll get, not really with the career, but just to inspire people. So this is where I realized that my dreams are valid. The childhood dream that I had back then actually did not really have to, I did not really have to grow and get gray hair, finish my PhD, etc., before I can inspire people. This is just a platform I can even inspire people with. So then I continued just with the aim of getting business deals for my business, etc. But then I realized that there were avenues that were opening for me through LinkedIn. So then I decided to really, really be serious on LinkedIn. Then in March 2024, I was nominated as part of the top 20 LinkedIn creators in Ghana worldwide. So I was wondering, just because I was seriously doing what I had to do and being serious on the platform I found myself on, I was getting opportunities. Okay, Dr. Bennett, please move to the next slide. I was getting opportunities, training people, being invited to speak at events, and doing a whole lot of things. Then this is me here. As at yesterday, 2 days ago, I got my 50K followers on LinkedIn just because I came out, shared my story, and then inspired people and also monetized my skill. Someone who just completed school a year ago, I just came online and see me getting 50K followers because I was disciplined in everything I do. So even on LinkedIn, I was disciplined. So this is me, my 30 connections, and within a space of 18 months, I had 50K. And then just yesterday, the whole Ghana, remember I told you as a child, I really, really want to grow and inspire people. Then just yesterday, the whole world, after last year, I was nominated, I was part of the top 20. Yesterday, the whole world, LinkedIn worldwide, I was ranked as the number one of all creators in graphic design on LinkedIn. So this is where another inspiration comes in, where I go back to my childhood dream and remember that I could actually inspire people with any platform that I find myself, not not necessarily having to be a PhD student, etc. But wherever I find myself, my dreams can actually be achieved. So please go to the next slide for me, please, Dr. Bene. Okay, so I just want you to know that you can do it too. Okay, you can do it. Just I just completed school within a year, and people have been they've been PhD students, they've been all those good. But me, tiny girl with for 49 kg, I've just been able to achieve all these things within this short space. I just want you to know that you can do it too. You don't really, really have to be a guru. You don't have to be anything. Just within the space that you find yourself. I just want you to know that you can do it too. So I just want to share with you the 7 disciples of success briefly. The first, so please take your notebooks for me. This is what I want you to write. So Dr. Bennett, please, the next slide. Okay. So that there's 7 disciples of success that can help you achieve, if not the same thing I achieved. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but similar to what I have achieved. So the first one is have faith in God. Just know that everything you are doing, God orders your path. Whether you fail, you don't fail, just have faith in God that God Himself will guide you through everything that you do. Remember, when I did not get my dream at dream school, at Chimota school, I prayed, and God, I don't know how He did it, but He ensured that I had my dream of going to Achimota school achieved. Now, to have dreams, if you don't really know where you want to go to, it's going to be difficult to know what exactly to do. Okay, so have dreams. What do you want to become in the next 5 years? What do you want to do? Just have a dream and then set smart goals as to what exactly you want to do. Then now be disciplined. Everything you are doing, be disciplined and be diligent. It's either you are doing it or not. Okay, don't give excuses. If you want to show up on LinkedIn, ensure that you are showing up on LinkedIn and you are showing up on LinkedIn very well. Don't give excuses that you are tired, you are this, you are that. Just ensure that you are giving in your all. Every time, everyone wants to do something, but what is going to set you different is going to set you apart from other people is your discipline. So be very disciplined. Now, number 4, be very, very resilient. Okay, be very resilient in everything you are doing. Whether you fail, if you face roadblocks, no matter what may come your way when you're trying to achieve those dreams, make sure that you don't give up. Ensure that you are still pulling through. Now build relationships. You remember in school, I had people who were helping me. So try and then build relationships, because you can't do this life alone. Okay, so try and then build relationships. Then be a lifelong learner. Wherever you find yourself, don't be stagnant. Ensure that you are trying to improve. As and now, I'm still learning LinkedIn tips. Though people think I have 50 followers, so I have the knowledge. No, I make sure that I'm still learning with brand identity, business, etc. I'm always learning so that I can stay on top of the game. Then finally, personal branding. You've gotten your skill, you believe in God, you know your dream, etc. You are disciplined, you are resilient, you have people who know you, and you are learning. How would people know what you do? That is where personal branding comes in. Get people, tell us what you do. Take a social media platform, even in your physical, in every wherever you find yourself, ensure that you are known. Okay. And with personal branding, we won't really dive deep into it, but just know that personal branding is just getting people to know who you are. Okay. And then how they, so that the thin line between who you are and what you tell people, and then what they see you to be, is your personal brand. So until you tell them that you have a skill, you're a graphic designer, they wouldn't know that you're a graphic designer. Okay, so tell people who you are so that they can actually reach out to you for what you claim that you do, or for the skills that you have, so that they can reach out to you. So Dr. Bennett, please, the next slide. Okay, so with all this being said, I just want you to know that successful people, so this one, I want you to all write it in your notebooks, please, or in the chat box. If you are here, please put in the chat box that successful people are seen to be extraordinary, not because they have any superpowers, but it's because they do the extra things that ordinary people wouldn't do, and then they do it consistently. Let me repeat it again. Successful people are seen to be extraordinary, not because they have any superpowers, it's because they do the extra things that ordinary people won't do, and they do it consistently. And whilst you are trying to apply the 7 disciples of success, etc., please, when you get tired, learn to rest, but do not quit. So please, someone to put in the chat box for me. If you get tired, please learn to rest, but do not quit. And I just want you to know that you are limitless. You are limitless. Wherever you find yourself, you can achieve greatness, and your dreams are very valid. Those dreams that you have, they are very valid, and you can achieve them no matter what. Failure does not define you at all. Failure does not define your future. So be very resilient, and then keep going wherever you find yourself. And then I believe that one day, if you fail somewhere, I'm not saying because I failed, you also need to fail to become successful. No. But if you are doing something and you fail, please keep going, and just know that one day, just one day, you would see why God made you wait. Thank you. So, Dr. Bene, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Welcome. Wow, wow, wow. Let's give it up for her. Let us appreciate her in the comments. Let us appreciate her. She has done so well. And you can see the amazing things that she's doing. She said, I just completed school last year, but then she has done so much. I mean, when I see her on LinkedIn and the fact that she, failed at a point, but she's doing these amazing things, I get so inspired. Anything that you heard from her, kindly say it in the chat. Any wonderful thing that you heard from her that is going to inspire you, put it down, put it down. She said that if you want to be extraordinary, you don't have to have superpowers. Someone said really inspired by the 49 kg brilliant woman or brilliant lady. That's amazing. Yes, she is a little lady, or she's in a little body, but then she's doing amazing things. And all of us are complaining that Ghana is hard, Africa is hard, we don't have jobs. She said that you can sit in the comfort of your home and then make money. She talked about branding or personal branding. I've seen a lot of you are sharing things that you want us to know you for. Some of you are talking about your flower, some of you are talking about your business. She made one very she made one important thing about personal branding. All of you have social media. Share what you are doing on social media. Giovanni said it, that it was when he started, he shared it on his WhatsApp or he shared it on social media. People said that I want this. He started getting all this. So if you are here, you are holding a phone, you buy data, and it's all YouTube, it's all TikTok for you. You are not using your credit or your money for something great as this, then you are missing out. This is the time for you to be relentless about your goals. Share what you have on social media. You can go to LinkedIn, you can go to Instagram. I tell my friends that when I'm posting on WhatsApp, it's not because I want to, even though I post very in a comedy, I like to laugh even though I'm a doctor, and people think I'm not serious. But please, I'm serious. I make fun of all this because I'm selling an idea, I'm selling a thought, I am selling a perception of myself to you. So when I take my WhatsApp and I'm typing or I'm making fun, it is business for me. I have an agenda. When I'm posting on LinkedIn, I have an agenda. When I'm posting on IG, I have an agenda. So treat your WhatsApp, treat your LinkedIn, treat your Instagram as your business, please. There's no more time for vibes and all of that, and learn from amazing people. If you listen to the two speakers, they are always learning. Joe took classes so that he could learn fondants, cakes, and other cakes. Mabel also shared about continuous learning. So even if you do not hear anything from them, your phone is your business, please. This is the time for social media. Take advantage of it. You're a Gen Z. You can do it. Someone say Dr. Kwame. That's fine. That's fine. So we have our our last speaker, and our last speaker is so special to us because she is one of us, so she's ahead of us. And so without much ado, James will introduce our speaker, and then our speaker will have the floor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Doc, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Kindly go ahead.
All right, thank you. So our last speaker for today, there's so much to say, but let me compress it. Our last speaker is a dynamic professional. Just as Giovanni's story, she also completed a BSc in pharmacy in 2018. However, she realized that that's not her passion, that's not her calling, in her own words. So she decided to transition from pharmacy into law. And now she's a vice president, the SRC vice president at Mount Crest University College. And she's the president of the Beacon of Excellence Association of Central Leadership Program, which is the one hosting this event. And she's a recipient of $4,000 Capital Exchange and MasterCard Foundation scholarship. She's one that embodies diligence, resilience, strategic career growth, everything. So I call her Her Excellency because one thing that she normally says is everyone wants soft life, but who is willing to pay for it? In her own words, she's saying that every time you do something you realize it's not your calling, rush and follow your calling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Odamia Amoakun to give us the last power-packed presentation for tonight. Thank you very much. So, Ms. Odamia, Her Excellency, if you are here, kindly unmute and speak to us. We are waiting for you.
Right. Okay, can I be heard? Please, can I be heard? I'm having a bad
Yes,
network
please, you can
today,
be
so I
heard.
just want to be sure I can be heard. Okay,
You
great.
can be
All
heard
right.
clearly.
It's right. It's great to be here this evening. I think the previous speakers have spoken a lot, so I will try to be as fast as I can and also try to speak directly to things. Those that know me personally or know me from LinkedIn will know that I would not like to mince words. So It's good I'm the last speaker actually, because I probably would punch a lot of people in their faces with what I'm going to say. And maybe I may also shake some tables and shade some people. So whichever one you fall under, just thank God for your life, because I'm going to be very straightforward. I'm going to be forward with everything, and I believe that that is what we need as young people, because there's this whole soft life agenda which I'm trying to one of the people to demystify and then get young people to understand that life is actually harder than you thought it should be. So thank you for the opportunity. I think I listened to both speakers, and this is a great opportunity because we understand that there are young people that are actually doing the great stuff. And that means that if you are here and you are not doing anything, it doesn't mean that you are like you do not have an aim, but it means you need to start thinking of yourself, your life, and what exactly you should start planning and strategizing towards. So I think that maybe some of us here might feel like you're not doing things right, like looking at how everybody is saying, and my friends posted me here and went here and I did this and I did that. Maybe you think you're missing out on things, and yes, I think you are. I think you are missing out on things, and you need to start being intentional about your growth. And I made a post, I don't know if it was last week or last 2 weeks, about a lot of us young people thinking that our parents actually had a very good life. Like, I mean, this is relative, but in our parents' time, my dad, for instance, went to Accra Polytechnic, and at that point, they actually were very few in their class. And when you are done with your HND or your degree, you just go straight to national service. And you know that where you do national service is where you would work till you decide to move. But the reality on the ground now is very different, very different. You do national service, you work with about 6 or 7 of your mates who study the same thing. And you probably might end up being the one buying wachi and kinki every day. And when you know that you are the one buying kinki and wachi, you should just know that when you are done, there has to be a new vendor or sendy to do that purchase. So it's likely that the life that our parents had in the current situation we are in, you need to work 3 times as hard as your parents did. Because if you are not doing that, then you are just going to be working one job and be thinking the economy is that bad. But there are people who are actually making it and earning and doing a lot of great stuff. I'll just give you a personal experience I have about opportunities and why I said, yes, you are missing out. So, as James said, I studied for a whole degree in pharmacy, which I just got up one day and I decided that I don't want to continue with it. And when I made that decision, it was very tough because I mean, African parents, and they thinking that, I mean, and our parents want the best for us. So it mostly comes from, I'm sorry about the noise, it mostly comes from a place of concern and care. It's mostly that they do not want you to go through certain hardships, so they would like you to be in a profession that they think would earn you more. And because of that, it was hard for my parents to understand and agree that this is not meant for you. So what did I do? I started doing the things that I think would bring me an income, so that they understand that regardless of where I find myself, I can actually make it. So that's how come I started doing a lot of digital marketing, social media stuff. So I remember that I did my service in Takrady. So I came back in 2019 around October. So when I came, I just started taking online courses because me, I had planned from Takrade that when I come, I'm coming with agenda. So I started taking a lot of online courses. I tried to do a lot. Where in Takrade, I did my service in Efia Kwanta. I started taking courses because I knew that I needed to build capacity for some of the things I want to do. So the first thing is that even in your confusion, even in your uncertainty, don't waste the crisis. Don't waste the time of confusion. Even if you are confused about something and you are not sure of what next what next step you should take, the best thing you can do at that time is to not waste it. You need to get something to do. So I personally started taking the online courses, but that was like the closest thing I could do. And I say COVID was a blessing for me because it was at that time that I actually could give a better excuse as to why I didn't want to write the license. And also, actually, everybody was home. And then now the whole digital marketing business was booming. So everybody wanted to hire an online marketer, someone to manage their socials and all of that. So, I mean, that helped me. So I initially said you are missing out on the opportunities because you haven't analyzed what exactly you need to do as an individual to move from where you are now to where you want to be. And I'm saying this because I've had some experience. I'm not that old, but I've had some experience with people younger than me expecting things to be handed to them like, hi, Odamia, this is a job I saw at Nestle Ghana, and I think you should apply for it. And then that's it. Like, that is how a lot of people now think that life should be like. Like, when you decide, I think, Benedicta, are you trying to share a screen or something? When
I am.
Okay. When I hear things like I'm trying to get a job but I'm not finding some, I'm like, where did you search? How were you searching? And if sometimes when they mention how they are searching, it even sounds funny because you realize that they actually are literally doing nothing. And I mean, I'd go to that in the latter part of what I'd be sharing. So I just need you all to understand that I am, as blunt as I've started, that's how I'm going. So I'm just going straight into the soft life pandemic. The title or the theme I was given was creating your own opportunities in a tough job market. And there's a tough job market, but you are also not tough enough to thrive in the tough job market. So you need to start building capacity. So I've heard people say a lot of these things to me. I don't think I want this job. I want a job that gives me this amount. I'll tell you a story. I After I finished all these online marketing courses and then I started getting into the freelancing space to do social media, I was pitching myself. Like, I literally enter DMs. I would just look for pages. I'll sit by my PC. I remember there were times my mother would be like, "Debia, we share them fiti na pakusia na jumpie. Ube share them sa then kwa na we." And I was just researching. I'll go to LinkedIn, I'll go on Google, I'd just be everywhere trying to look for brands that have bad online images and then pitch myself to them that, hello, please, I think I visited your page and I see you are the blah 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 of this company, and I just completed these courses. Then I had gotten my Google certification. So I added all of that, and I believe I'd be a better person to handle your social media pages. These are some of the things I think I recommend. And the beginning was very tough because I mean, I got a couple of rejections. People say that, oh yeah, I know, but I'm not ready to give out what's it called? Like, they are not ready to pay anybody, they are not ready to have people handle their pages for them. So indirectly, I can't work with them. So it went on, it went on, it went on. Then getting to August 2020, I had my first job, which was a social media work for a company based in Cameroon. So they do mortgages in Cameroon, and they started marketing online. I mean, they were doing traditional marketing in Cameroon, but as time went on, the founder decided that she wanted to create pages, and then that was how come I found it, and then I started working. And that job was not paid for. I didn't earn a CD, that dollar, a safer. I don't know what currency they spend in Cameroon, but I earned absolutely nothing from it. I was buying my own data. And I'm saying this because I need people to understand, especially we young people, to understand that you sometimes may have to start with no experience by earning nothing from it. The only thing you would earn is the experience, and that is enough. That is enough. You do not expect people to hand over their brands to you, to hand over their companies to you. Let's say you are an IT person and you can code, but you don't have experience, and you want to work with a certain company to handle their website. If they haven't seen a track record of what you've done before, why would they trust you enough to give you their brand to manage? Like, won't you go and crash their website? So indirectly, you need to build the experience, and one of the ways you can build experience is volunteering. And volunteering means you are earning zilch, you are earning nothing, and that is also fine, because what you are earning is the experience. And I dare to say again that apart from volunteering, if you're a student here, for example, and you haven't done any internship anywhere, I think I need to find a king to lash you on this call. Because why would you do a whole degree, and during your vacation, you'll be using it to be chopping soft life, or to be just be home and sleep, because the whole semester was tiring, and you would waste, for lack of a better word, 1 whole month or 2 months doing no internship. You would just be in the house, and then you finish and you go and do 1 year national service, and you would want to get a job to be earning 5,000 CDs when you have no experience. Who should be giving you that money for that zero experience you have? You see, and when you listen to all the two people that have spoken, you can see a trend. You see that they had some awareness of themselves, that these are the things I need to do to be better. And if these are the things I need to do to be better, they started taking steps. Giovanni mentioned he actually taking a master class or something to learn how to do wedding cakes. Some of you are here. Maybe you are looking for a job in a certain environment. Maybe you want to, I'm trying to get an example. Maybe you want to work in the banking sector, for instance, and maybe you did HR, and you know that for every human resource person, maybe there are certain skills you need, but you don't have them. How can you get them? There are a billion of online courses you can take to build those skills, so that you can make your CV very nice, and it would be easier for people to want to work with you. So the whole idea behind the top job market, I always tell people, and I think I have seen OBJ on this call. OBJ has a WhatsApp channel where he shares opportunities, and every single day I see new opportunities there. So the problem actually isn't no jobs. The problem is no skills. And the problem is no skills because we just go to school, and I mean, the environment we live in has also given us a certain disadvantage, because the studies, the education we have is somewhat theoretical. So sometimes you would go to class, you do a whole 4 year degree, and you wouldn't be able to actually get the skills that you need for the program you studied. Today, I had to have an engagement with the one of the UK MPs. She came to see where I work at. So we were just talking about one of our programs called Tech for Girls, and then one of the alumni was there, and she studied for a degree in IT. And she said she actually, when she was done, she didn't believe in herself that she was an IT person, because she didn't know anything. And the only time when she felt confident in herself was when she came to do a Tech for Girls program. So, I mean, when she was saying that, it felt good for me that, okay, this is my company, and because it's my company, we are training girls, and there's somebody that is actually benefiting from it. But the other side of me was like, so you did a whole 4-year degree and you didn't take online courses. You realized from first year to final year, you didn't see that there was an issue with the type of studies that was happening, and because of that, you didn't take any step. And a lot of us like that. And the good part for her is that at least she finished, she realized that she needed to build the skills, and she started doing something. So let's stop saying that there are no jobs, there are no opportunities, the success should be easy. If you don't know somebody here, you won't get a job. The current place I work at, I only attended the Bold New Normal conference by Lucy Quest. I met somebody there who I didn't know from Adam. During the program, I asked a couple of questions. Hi, my name is Adamia. And I have a whole one sentence pitch I use at every event I attend. So before I ask my question, I would talk about me. So, hi, my name is Adamia, and I'm blah, 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 blah. And then I'll just end it. So my question is, then I'll go ahead. So I did that, and then this woman took notice of me. So after the event, he sort of just came up with, we're just networking. So I approached her. I was like, hi, my name is Adam. She was like, oh, yeah, I know you. You mentioned your name. You are the law student, right? And long and short of it was that she knew somebody who was hiring for the role I have now. And just for the fact that I opened my mouth to introduce myself and ask a question, it landed me a job. So yes, I got the job through the woman who saw me at the event, but I didn't get it because I knew her. I got it because I paged myself. I got it because I gave myself the opportunity to be seen. You cannot be a young person now and say that me dear, online, or even when I attend the program, there's actually a series of posts I'm making next week on my LinkedIn, so you can be checking my page where I'm talking about some of these things, because I see that this is a big challenge and we need to actually solve this problem. So you need to understand that sense of entitlement, that mindset that you feel jobs should be handed over to you just because you have a fine face, you have a fine forehead. Who cares about that? You studied for a degree, you have a first class. Right now, first class has even become a bit, for lack of better word, mushroom, because sometimes you would have like a whole I remember in the past, in law schools, people were not getting first classes, then it started, and now sometimes for one year you have like 10 people having first class. So if now you are 10 people having a first class and you are all fighting for one job, there must be something that will sell you better than that other person, and those are your skills. And that leads me to my last but one point I want to make. You need to find out what would make you stand out. You need to find that. And we are going to do a quick exercise, and I want to see engagement in the chat. Kindly write down 3 things that you think you are good at. And even though you are good at them, how do you think you can make them better in this year? It can be 2, it can be 3, but just write them in the chat. Maybe you are good at talking, you're good at singing, you're good at baking cake, you are good at whatever it is. Just type in the 3 things that you think as an individual you are good at, and then 2 ways you personally think that I'm good at these things, but I think I need to make them better. Okay, Benedicta, I think we all know you like writing it. Please, I want to see about 3 or 4 people. We are 67 on the call. Okay, I'm good with communication, organizing, and motivating people. Okay. Please keep them coming. Keep them coming. I just want to see leadership, photography, video editing, writing and planning. Olivetta, your name sounds yeah, COP. I'm good at talking and sewing. I can write articles and I'm eloquent. Please, I'm good at singing, playing keyboard, and I'm good at talking, drawing and planning. Okay, Kenneth says I need to take more courses to master my game. Obo says voiceover acting, writing. Okay. Flop, Fla. Right, how did I say flop? Flop production, farmer engagement, communication, counseling and singing. I'm good at IT and I wish to improve on it. Screenwriting, copywriting. Okay. Talking to strangers, daydreaming. That's interesting. Teaching, graphic designing, and football. Okay. Thank you all very much. I think only one person understood the question. I said I'd need 2 ways you think you can be better at the things you know you are good at. So the things you've written are things you are good at, but how can you be better? So if I can get just 2 people, I think one person has already done that, so I can get 2 more. I'm good at translating ideas into impactful projects, especially ones that are peer-led and target the marginalized. I need to keep going on this. Okay. Listening to others and encouraging them. Research, great. Marketing and communications, great. Good at hardware, motivating, relationship talks, teaching. Okay. I'm also good at socializing. Okay. Okay, so Kofiana says he would have to take courses and be mentored. Okay. Geg says by teaching and learning. Okay, get a mentor and build a personal brand. Great. Thank you all very much. So the same way you've written the things you are good at, please, I think, okay, some are still writing. So I want to know 3 things you think you are bad at, and then 2 ways you think you can improve. So 3 things you are bad at. And because there are a lot of chats, you can just start with I'm bad at, so that I'd be able to differentiate between them. I'm good at writing and can be improved through reading widely, listening and writing poems, organizing. Good at building startups and advertising. Okay. Increase presence on platforms. Maybe start writing random posts on interesting subjects, mentors, by learning more of computer hardware to improve my skill. Okay. I need to get mentorship and be a diligent learner. I'm good at singing, talking. I intend on getting my vocals right and taking public speaking courses. Okay. I'm bad at speaking up and time management, bad at public speaking and socializing. I'm bad at networking. I'm bad at baking. I need to patronize Giovanni for inspiration. I'm bad at graphic design and need to learn and create more. I'm bad at coding skill. I'm bad at public speaking, putting out my work. Bad at translating ideas, poor with consistency, easily gets bored, time management. I'm sure that's what you mean. I don't know what to do. Interesting. Bad at public speaking. I'm bad at following up on my schedules and completing tasks on time. I'm bad at writing. I'm bad at socializing, speaking for mine, and trying to socialize more with people, especially strangers. I'm bad at using social media. I think, but I've seen you post, or that's not you. I'm mistaken. I'm bad at starting what I'm unable to finish. I'm bad at starting what I'm unable to finish. So you start things and you don't finish them. I'm bad at time management. I need to take more courses to get better. Bad at bookkeeping. I'm taking financial courses. I'm bad at socializing. Speaking for okay. I'm bad at networking. I honestly don't know how I can get better. I'm bad at taking an online skill. I always procrastinate. I'm bad at communication and socializing with people, especially in a crowded area. I see. These are very interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, you posted a few times and it takes a lot of effort. Okay. I need to socialize. Okay, great. I'm glad with the honesty with this quick exercise. And this exercise is something that I do to myself, let me say every month or every time. I mean, mostly even when I wake up, I am one that overthinks a lot. I mean, not overthink in a bad way, but I think a lot about things. So most of the time, like when something is happening to me, I try to figure out, is there something I can do? Like I'm always thinking, basically. So this is an exercise that you can do for yourself, let's say every month. So every month, just do a quick check-in. You can have a diary where you write it. So you write the dates. Today is 29th of March. So today you've written them. So go and write it in a book. Then 29th April, go back. Then look at the things, and it shouldn't be 3. You can actually make them 10 or 20. Just write all the things you honestly believe that you are bad at. So you write all of them, and then in a next month, you come back and you check that, have you improved? Have you gotten better? Are there things that you initially thought you were bad at, but you've improved? Are there things that you've probably lost sight of and you need to go back to them? Like, once you do that, it makes it easy to track your progress. And that is something that nobody can do for you. You need to do it yourself. You need to be intentional about it. And those that spoke about being bad at networking, that's one thing I'm going to talk about with LinkedIn, and then that would be the end of what I came to share here. So you need to leverage networks and mentorship. And just to best your Bible, your mentors are not supposed to be giving you money. Your mentors are not supposed to apply for programs for you. Your mentors are not your saviors. I live in East Legon, and whenever the planes are passing, it sounds like it's falling on me. So I apologize if there was a bit of noise. But I was talking about mentors. Your mentors are not your saviors. Your mentors are, for lack of a better word, your help at a specific thing. You don't need to have one mentor for your entire life. You can have a mentor in terms of your professional life. You can have a mentor in terms of your financial stability or literacy. You can have a mentor in terms of your academic pursuits. You can have a mentor in terms of relationship, marriages, and all of that. You can have mentors for the key aspect of your life, and they are sort of not supposed to be burdened with all of your life stuff. One of the things that is very nice in Central Leadership Program is that you are assigned a mentor, but as time goes on, you get to see that there are other aspects of your life you need to build on, and that means you have to widen your net of mentors. And it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you know personally. I have a couple of people online that I follow. There's Ibukun, who is based in Nigeria. I so love this woman. I follow her so religiously. I'm always on her YouTube watching videos, trying to listen to some of the things that she shares, because I believe that she carries a certain kind of should I say anointing, for lack of a better word, which I believe that I share in. That's one of them. You, if you haven't heard of her, somebody has typed the name, you can go and search her and then follow her. So you need to leverage these networks and mentorship. You cannot do life alone, especially as a young person. We sometimes think that, oh, there's ChatGPT. When you have a problem, you can go to ChatGPT and say, hi, ChatGPT, please, today I couldn't do this. How should I go about it? ChatGPT can give you solutions, but it doesn't have a human feel. You may try it and it wouldn't work. So you need to have people who have gone through life and understand where you want to get to, so that they can shape your career. And me personally, there are a lot of things that I have been able to do in my life because of good mentorship. And you need to understand that in terms of what I'm saying with Ibukun, for example, I haven't met her before, but she is one of the people that I follow so much, and that is me going online. So you need to position yourself. You need to search for things that edify yourself, so that your algorithm would understand that Mabel likes to read about personal development. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram will show you a lot of that. On my IG, for example, if it is not a pastor preaching, or it's not Ibukun's video, or it's not somebody that is closer to me, I barely see other content because the algorithm understands what I look for. So you need to position yourself so well. And what I'm saying is the outward part, but then you as an individual need to understand how to leverage platforms, and especially LinkedIn, which I think Mabel has spoken a bit extensively about. How many of us here are not on LinkedIn? Like, you don't have an account. You've never thought about creating a LinkedIn account before. Just your hand. I just want to see if there's somebody here who doesn't have a LinkedIn account. I didn't say those who have, because I've seen a couple of people here I know who doesn't have a LinkedIn account. So it looks like everybody does. Okay, how many of us here have never posted on our LinkedIns before? Like, you have the account, but you've never posted nothing. I think, okay, Estella says she hasn't. Okay, Zoom user. I don't know who Zoom user is. Okay, I see 3 people. 4, 5, 6. Benedicta, I think we need to lash some people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 people do not have accounts. Okay, I think those that don't have, their lashes would be more than those that have. Okay, 3, 4 people don't have. Wow. I honestly would have wanted to know why you don't have the account, but that would be a lot of time to spend. But I'd want all of us to do a quick exercise. Let's all please go to Google. You can leave your Zoom screen, go to Google, and just type my name, and let me know what's the first, second, and third thing, platforms you saw. Maybe just 2 or 3 people can do that. I want to see. I want to establish something, but I want us to try it before I get to that. The first 3 platforms you see, with the search results where you saw, okay, I've seen LinkedIn. Just go to Google and then search Odami Amuako. Okay, someone saw Instagram. LinkedIn, okay. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Okay. All right, James, thank you very much. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that I've done, but my LinkedIn is the first that popped up when I was searched for. And just for your information, the current job environment, whenever people are hiring, the next thing after they read your CV, or even mostly, is the first thing, because that's what I do. But there are people that may check its data. But let's say the first 2 things they would do, one of them would be to go on Google to search for you. Because now that is a form of credibility for individuals, because they want to be sure that when they start working with you and they have a challenge, they can find you. You see, we've passed the era where people will post wanted, they are looking for this person. And the reason for that is everybody is now online, and those that are not online, it's either you work with BNI or you just are like those people who said they don't have accounts. So LinkedIn is giving priority on every search engine, and that's because it's giving that priority first. And then, because it's a professional platform, it is easy for that to pop up first in every search that you do. So James, you can search for yourself and let's see what you find. Okay, so for James, we saw LinkedIn first again. You can do that, and anybody here at all can do that on their phones. Just search for yourself and see what you see. And what that means is that if your LinkedIn is mostly the first that somebody will see, then it means that it is likely they would actually click on the LinkedIn to go and see what you do there. And if they are going to click to see what you do there, it means that if you do not have anything to do on your LinkedIn, the probability that they'll think you are a ghost is very high. So you need to be very intentional about positioning yourself strategically. And I'm saying this because we are not in 1960. This is 2025. If you were in my father's era or our parents' era or our grandparents' era, when you could easily get a job after a national service, you can decide to stay in your house and not buy data and even not download LinkedIn. But this is a different age. And the job market is evolving so quickly. You need to learn what is going on so that you can do that. And knowledge is, they say knowledge is power, right? But applying the knowledge you have is what brings the transformation in whatever you are doing. So if you have the knowledge that, oh, I mean, sometimes when I ask people, oh, so have you heard of any social media? They will say, oh, I know this, I know that. Okay, what happens on this platform? Then they'll give me a whole long list. I'll be like, okay, if these are the things that you've heard, what do you do there? Media, I don't post though. I don't like to put myself out there. I don't see why I should post. People there's even one that I keep hearing. I don't want to put my personal life out there. That is private. You see, the honest truth, and I mean, this is going to be hard for me to say, but the honest truth is that your information is already out there. The fact that you have a Ghana card, you have a passport, you have a driver's license, you have an MTN SIM, you have a Vodafone SIM, you have and then network. Hey, sorry, Telecel. OBJ will come and visit me here. You have a Telecel SIM, you have voters ID. All those things, when you registered for WASI, thank you. All the things that you did, you shared your data with them. So whether you like it or not, your information is out there. So why not actually put out what you want people to see about you, so that if someone is searching and maybe they type Odame, they wouldn't see what somebody has said about me. They will see what Odame has actually put out. And we need to have that understanding. And I'll just end here by saying that you do not have to wait for opportunities. You need to create them. And I'm not saying create them, say, be an entrepreneur, because it's not everybody that can be an entrepreneur. There are people that if you tell them to be like Giovanni, they will share the cake and they won't even take money for anything. But then you create opportunities by positioning yourself well. You create opportunities by building yourself, understanding the industry you want to be in, understand the trends, take online courses, stay relevant. Don't just be there. Don't attend events just because you want to take nice pictures with Anita Esking and the rest. Don't think you want to just be there because you've dressed up nicely and want to take pictures and come and post on LinkedIn. Be present, be active, ensure that you are building yourself so much that if some opportunities start to present themselves, you'll be able to grab them. Thank you very much for the opportunity. If I stepped on your toes, I'll step on it the next time you invite me. I'm grateful for the opportunity. And as I said, I have a couple of posts coming up this week on my page. So you can actually go there to, I mean, that's next week for Monday. So maybe for Monday, stay good on my page. If the shade touches you, I'm sorry and not sorry. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Odamia. Odamia said that if she has stepped on your toes, she's sorry, but she's not sorry. Another time, she's going to step on it again, because as African youth, we have to rise and we have to do much more, because we've been talking for so long. And I shared in a post, we can't keep complaining forever. You're saying that there are no jobs, but you see your people or see other friends with jobs. You are saying that there are no opportunities. You see other people with opportunities, which means that there's a gap somewhere. And that's what she's talking about. She's telling you that these are the gaps that you have to fill. You have to learn. You have to take mentorship. You have to take personal branding seriously. You have to do all these things, because we are in a new era. And if you want to thrive and excel, you have to go the extra mile to do more. So thank you so much, Odamia. Thank you. A lot of people are saying that it was good that you stepped on our toes. So quickly, our time is fast spent, as you can see. So quickly, if you have any questions, kindly let us have them. If you have a question for Mabel, a question for Damia, a question for Giovanni, kindly put them in the chat or just raise your hand so that we can do it quickly and go. We are far behind time. So if you have a question, you may not meet them, or you may not necessarily have the opportunity to see them or to meet them. So take hold of this opportunity very, very well. So Gilbert Tete, I can see you. So if you can, unmute and then let us hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Benedicta. So mine is not a question, but I think a little add up to what Adami said about LinkedIn. You just don't create the LinkedIn and just post something just there. You just have to post possibly your career path, the career you want to tread on, what you are into and what you look into to do in the future. Try and read more about that and make posts about that, because when you apply for a job, and let's say you're applying for an accountant, and what you do on your LinkedIn, you just post something that has nothing to do with accounting or nothing to do with what you're actually applying for. It's basically about your social life, and LinkedIn is not just about social life. So you just have to be posting something that's the career path you're treading on what you intend doing in the near future when you get tired of what you're actually doing now. So yeah, that's a little add up I want to add.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gilbert. Right. So, okay. So, Adame is stepping on toes. Okay, she's saying that when you are, posting on LinkedIn, make sure you are very, very intentional and make sure you are saying the truth. Adamia says the exam, some people will post, they'll be posting that they are LinkedIn experts. Meanwhile, they have just 10 followers. How can it be it? Okay, so that's, by the way, if you are posting on LinkedIn, make sure that whatever you are sharing is very intentional and then very relevant to your industry or what you want to be known for. So LinkedIn, don't treat your LinkedIn as a page where you just come with, vibes and whatever. You don't vibe there in quotes. Make sure you are very intentional. Even if it's about vibes or if you are just sharing a personal story, have an agenda. Thank you so much, Gilbert. Sally Fu, let us hear you.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Benedicta and our guest speakers for the words of inspiration. So my first question goes to Mr. Govani. Mr. Govani, I would like to find out, are you open for collaboration? I'm Salif Zakaria. We are into the production of high quality cassava flour. That will be an alternative for wheat flour for the baking industry. Actually, we have done the testing and it has worked. We last year we worked with CSIR Food Research in Accra to do the testing of this cassava flour, and it has worked for the baking industry. So are you open for collaboration, and how will I get in touch with you so that we deliberate more? My second question goes to Mabel. Mabel, your presentation was wonderful, and I would like to find out, are you open to onboarding apprentices to train them on the graphic designing and other stuffs? Then my third and last question goes to Miss or Madam Odami. Please, talking of LinkedIn, assuming an upcoming entrepreneur, there are a lot of ventures that you normally try and you have posted them already. So now, how will you know whether this job you are applying, maybe if they see some of your posts, they might not take you? Let's say that I was engaged with in renewable energy, that's the solar sector. Later on, I moved to a different sector, but I'm applying to a job that is into the agri sector. How sure am I that the solar industry I was in will not affect my application? And what advice can you give for that? Yes, I'm an entrepreneur, but not
Sorry
now.
that I'm coming in. What
Thank
do
you.
you mean by upcoming?
Okay,
It's
an
either you are an entrepreneur or you are
still
not.
I'm an entrepreneur. You see, when you
Okay,
say
thank you.
you are an
So that's all
entrepreneurs,
part of your
people
branding.
think you have a lot of money already. So I want a way to put it. They shouldn't think like I already have a lot of money. No, thank
No.
you.
Please, what's your name? Benedict, I'm sorry that I'm going off track. Please, what's your name? Mr. Entrepreneur.
Hello,
Yes, what's your name?
please. Salifu Zakaria.
Okay. So Zachariah, you do not have to, with you even talking about branding and you calling yourself an upcoming entrepreneur, it's like you want to give me extra work, because if you're an entrepreneur, you are. It doesn't matter whether you have money or not. You are already in the space. So it's all part of you actually branding and understanding that this is what you are. So that's, I mean, I put down your question, but I just wanted you to understand that whenever you enter a space and you introduce yourself as an upcoming entrepreneur, it sounds like you don't even have an idea. Is you want to be, but you do not have anything. But you've talked about you having flair and trying to see if you can collaborate with Giovanni. So just be careful of the words you use when you are describing yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much, Salifu, for your question. Let me gather all the questions. So when we are done, then the speakers will hear or they will answer you. So Kofi and then Elijah, you two have the floor. So we'll start with Kofi, after that Elijah, and then the speakers will give us answers.
Hello, please can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so thank you so much for the opportunity to speak. My name is Kofi Annan, and I'm the co-founder of Green Opaco. And at Green Opaco, we repurpose agricultural waste such as rice straws and plantain stems into food packaging. So my question goes to Mabel and Odamia. So I'm currently also a student in school. That's to Mabel, and she spoke about having friends that really helped her to keep track of stuff that was going on in school while she was also doing other stuff like traveling and going for events. So how do you actually get such friends, and how do you maintain those relationships so that they'll always be there for you to update you on stuff that's going on in school? And to Miss Odiama too, I would like to know how you went about the switch from pharmacy to law, because like as you said, sometimes some of our parents don't really get some of these things. So how did you go about the pressures that you received from doing that switch? Yeah, that's what I have to ask both of them. Thank you for the opportunity once again.
You're welcome, Kofi, and thank you for your question. Elijah, let's hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to thank you, the organizers, for this great meeting. God bless you. So my question is it advisable to get multiple mentors, or you just need to have one mentor? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I think for this particular question, it was mentioned in the Modania's delivery, so I wouldn't want us to go back there again because of time. She mentioned that for each industry, you can have as many mentors as you want. Let's say you are starting a business, you can get a person who is in entrepreneurship. You are doing, let's say, medicine. I mean, for me, a medical doctor, you have to get, or you must get, mentors who have gone ahead of you, like your senior colleagues. So mentors, you don't necessarily have to get one mentor. You can have mentors in their diverse fields, and your mentor should not necessarily be able to, speak with you. We can have those virtual mentors. She mentioned Ibukan Awosika, and she's a Nigerian. I don't think she has even seen her in person, but then she learns. That's one of the things that you have to do. You follow people. A lot of us follow celebrities because we want to know gossips, we want to know what they wear and all of that. You can channel it into good use, such as, let's say, if you see your biggest entrepreneur, let's say Magdan, you see that he's doing these things, you learn from him. So you have to, and then you must get mentors all abroad. So I'll start with Giovanni. So whatever question was addressed to you, you can answer, and then we move on to Mabel, and then we'll end with Odamia in that particular sequence. Thank you.
Hi. So my question was from Salifu about collaborating with his cassava flour business. I think I saw that in the comments, but it was new to me. I mean, the whole cassava flour for cake. Maybe for other pastry will work, but for the cakes I do, it's highly recommended to use wheat flour. So I I don't know if I am willing to change the recipe or introduce new things to change the taste and flavor that people already used to. You understand? So I may have to pass. Thank you.
Oh, Joe, we try new things, Joe. So maybe you can try, or maybe a sample. Say, perhaps you may like it. But this is just by the way, right? That we try new things. So Salifu, you can convince Joe behind what he markets very well, or convince him that your cassava is very good, and then rice. All right. So thank you so much. Hello, Mabel. If you can hear me, can you please respond to the questions which were directed to you?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ben. I just realized I was muted. Okay, I think my first question was from Salifu. He asked whether I'm ready to collaborate for training sessions. Okay, I have yearly trainings that I have in terms of graphic design. This year, I did not add this year training to my plans this year. However, I'm open to further conversations. So you should reach out to me after. Though it's not graphic design is not part of my trainings this year. So you can reach out to me for further conversation on this based on what he actually means. And I think the second question was, uh, the second question was, how do you maintain relationship with your friends? Yeah, so first of all, I look at what I want from those friends. I look at what from those friends. Is it academic support? Is it emotional support? Is it spiritual support? So I kind of look up to people who are in those areas. So if it's spiritual support, my church. If it's I look out to people who are doing well in the aspects that I really want to grow, and then I reach out to them. So in terms of the academic aspects, where I wasn't usually on campus, but I was still trying to reach out to them, most of my friends that I seeked help from knew that I was in touch with a lot of companies that they want to intern with. like the UN and other companies. So they knew that definitely if I help them, they can help me. So I wasn't only learning from them, I wasn't only tapping from the knowledge that they gained in class from my absence, but then I was also there to help them in terms of the work world. So when it's time for internships during vacations, etc., I also helped them get internships from the companies that I was working for. Okay, so that was how they were also learning from me. And then for some, whilst on campus, I was also teaching, I was also learning LinkedIn as well on campus. So most of them were also learning a bit of LinkedIn from me. And then on campus, too, you know that most of us on campus, we don't have money sometimes. And then it's not every time we can really depend on our parents for money. So I wouldn't say I was feeding them with money, but however, anytime they don't really have that kind of financial support or they don't really have money, because I was a businesswoman by then, I was also helping them financially as well. So whilst I was learning from them, they were also gaining from me. So it was give unto others what you want others given to you, or if you reap where you sow. So yes, I was reaping from them, and then they were also reaping from me as well. And then I was also trying to have group studies with them, though I wasn't in class always. Anytime I learned something, it's very easy for me to explain to people. So even with them being in class, there are times where they wouldn't really understand what they learned. So since I have gotten their notes and then I understand, end up being the one even explaining to them again. So whilst I was getting from them, they were also benefiting from me. So I just want you to know that anytime you are not in school, with regardless of anything you are doing, just make sure that if you are getting something from your friends, do not be the taker only, but be the giver, if not directly, indirectly as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that was a good one from Mabel. Thank you. Someone said, can I apply to be your friend? All right. So Mabel will answer you.
Okay,
But,
you can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
all right. So if you care to know, those who are asking about LinkedIn and all, Mabel also teaches how to make it big on LinkedIn. So you can also reach out to her if you want to learn LinkedIn or make use of the LinkedIn that Odamia stressed on. You can get in touch with her. So lastly, Odamia, can you please can we hear you?
Okay. So I think the multiple mentors was the last question, which I've already typed in the chat, so I wouldn't go back to that. The first was about building a good brand as an upcoming entrepreneur, which we cancel in the name of Jesus. You are not an upcoming entrepreneur from today. You are an entrepreneur, and you could say you were a startup entrepreneur, but upcoming sounds very, very bad. And you need to actually learn how to communicate things that you think are a bit of in quotes, a weakness on your side in terms of every industry. This to answer this question actually is like a whole 1 hour, which I don't think I want to get into. But what I need you to understand is that for your branding effort to work, you need to translate your personal self online. I'm saying this in 2 areas. If you start posting on LinkedIn, for instance, and someone meets you and you are a total different person from what they see online, it gives off, and we are Gen Zs here, it gives the vibe that you are either a liar, and I think I've been posting about liars a lot online. It's either you're a liar or you are an imposter. So if you are online posting, and I'm saying this because there are people that I've met, I've sort of seen them post on LinkedIn, for instance, and I like their post. I'm like, wow, I want to meet this person. Then I meet them and it's a total like opposite. Not opposite in terms of personality, but opposite in terms of content. Because there are people that will post online, and I just passed the funny comments in the chat about people saying they are experts with 10 followers. And that's something I've seen on LinkedIn that it really annoys me so much. But I mean, I can't regulate what people do online. So I just see it and I pass. But the whole point is that whatever your branding is, It has to be you. So if you are saying it's cassava flour you have created and you want to preach cassava flour message, that is what we should see. Don't go online and tell people how to build a strong LinkedIn profile. It is not your business. It is not your field. It's not your niche. That is not what you want to be identified with. And do not think that maybe because you see that there are people that say how to have a good profile picture on LinkedIn, then they'll post with some arrows and things. So you think that you also want to do something to get the numbers. You are an imposter. One day we will catch you. So I think that for online branding, there should be that coherence with who you are as a person, so that if because online relationships would somehow translate into physical relationships. And if you are lying online, the probability that you meet these people in person and be seen as a total opposite is very high. So you need to learn how to balance that. The next question was about how I switched from pharmacy to law and the pressures and all of that. One of the things I learned very early in my life was that nobody owes me anything. Whatever I want, I need to work and get it. So even when I said I wanted to study law, I had a conversation with my dad. I mean, that was after I had done some online business and I had been earning some good money. And then he now saw that, okay, well, even if it's not pharmacy you are doing, you are sitting in your room and you are earning. Like every month, my paycheck comes. So it means that I actually know what I'm about. If you are telling your parents you want to do something and they do not see the seriousness in you, they wouldn't trust you enough to leave you to do what you want to do. And you can see for Giovanni, for instance, although the parents wanted him to do something else, when they saw the effort he was putting in, they now decided to actually support his dreams. So that was the first thing I did. And coming to me saying that nobody owes me anything, just for you to understand, I pay my fees. God blessed me with a partial scholarship in my school. But that still doesn't mean I don't pay anything. I still pay fees. And I sat down with my dad one night and I told him that this law that I said I want to do, I'll do it. But I do not want to put that responsibility on you because you have paid for 4 years Central University pharmacy fees. We were paying like almost 6,000 or something every semester. That was a lot of money. So I'm not looking at you paying another fees for me to go and do another degree. I'm going to fund it. All I need is for you to say that, okay, I agree. Go ahead and do it. So that is how it was easy for me to switch. Nobody owes you anything. If you want something, you work to get it. You do, and do not look for shortcuts. Maybe you were, I don't know, but maybe you expect me to say something else. But this is my honest truth. I didn't do anything. I'm not going to give you English and prioritize. No. It was me understanding that if this is what I say I want, I need to earn it. And that is what I did. And even as of now, I still pay my fees. I take care of myself, like everything. I do not call home for anything. And I'm working and schooling at the same time. I don't know if there's anybody here that's studying law or studied law, but law is like one of the toughest courses you can decide to take on yourself. And I'm doing that plus working. So just understand that, especially with the good stories you see online, it didn't start from one day. And I mean, that's not part of the questions, but I just want us to understand that sometimes, like, we feel like things should be easy. Like, you see that Odamia has posted that she got $4,000 scholarship. So you think that you too, just for the fact that you are online, oh, there's a track and in my place. But then I hope you can hear me. But we sometimes feel that because you've seen somebody get something and they've posted it, they got it because, like, they got it in a day. It will take time. It will take effort. It will take sweat. You will cry sometimes. There are times you will fail. When I got to second year law school, I wanted to defer because I had lost my job. I didn't know how I was going to pay my fees. So I went to pick the forms to defer. And then in my mind, I wanted to work for 1 year, earn enough, then pay my fees for the whole 4 years, because I said I'm on a waiver. So I just decided that I want to go and work, pay for my whole 4 years. So if, let's say, it's X amount, I try to save up to that, pay till I'm done, so that when I get to final year and maybe they increase something, I still have some money left. And I mean, God came through, and then somebody just got up and said, I'm paying for your fees, right? So you need to understand that things wouldn't come easy to you. And kill that from today, kill that soft life idea in your brain. If you want to have soft life, there's the hard, you have to go through the hard part before it becomes soft. So go through the hard part first. And at this age, you can have soft life because your parents have saved up and they've done a lot of things for you. So you are privileged to have a bit of soft life. But if you are like me, and even those that even their parents have paid for them, if you are not careful and you do not understand the like how you can actually sustain what your parents have done for you, probably will lose it and get to square one. So you need to have all these understanding, and the soft life will come, but maybe that will be when you are 40. So just wait for that time. But for now, you need to work hard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please let us type in the comments. Kill that soft life idea today. Let's type it. Let's kill it right now. Let's kill it right now. If you want soft life, you have to work for it. You have to do the hard parts before you get the soft life. So let us type. If you don't type, it means you're a suspect. Please kill that soft life idea today. We are killing it now. If you want soft life, please, you have to start working hard. And all that you shared from you heard from the speakers, Giovanni would wake up at 4 a.m. I think the last time we had an interaction, he told me that it was 2 a.m. and he told me that it was now that he had closed from work. This is not, I mean, your typical soft life. If you want that soft life people are talking about, go to Dubai and cruise and all of that, it starts from today, and it starts with hard work. From hard, you go to your E. So at this point, is Dr. Pearl here? So in CLP, we have mentors. We have been talking about mentors a lot, so we have mentors as well. So all that we are doing or sharing with you, we are not doing it on our own. We have a mentor who is guiding us. I mean, as CLP, as we are doing our SIP. So if Dr. Pearl, okay, she's not here, unfortunately, but she sent a wish, and then she's very much supportive of what we are doing. She's very much supportive of what we are doing. So at this point, I'll give okay. A number of you have questions. We are almost 3 hours gone. So that is why the WhatsApp group is there. All the speakers are on the WhatsApp page. So you can start sending your questions on the WhatsApp page. If you can, tag them. Their names are as you see, tag them so that they can see it on the WhatsApp page. So you can put your questions on the WhatsApp page so that our speakers can respond on the WhatsApp page, because we are far behind time. So those of you who want to pitch, we will give just 2 people the opportunity to pitch. And as I said, the WhatsApp idea was so great that we have over 500 people on the WhatsApp page. It will get to a point that will let you, share your businesses. So if you are sharing your flyers, if these 500 people get to see what you are doing, you might get a client. So don't be too bothered if you don't get the opportunity to pitch your business. The WhatsApp page is there. You can pitch your business so that people can see what you are doing and follow you. Those who want to convince Giovanni, you can do your convincing over there. So thank you so much, James. I'm giving you the floor. We have very little time, so let's be as quick as possible. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Great. So I'll move to the next one. We have little time, so I'll just be brief about it. From the beginning, Dr. Benedicta was talking about mentor a student initiative, and she told us how we went to preset setters to start the process, right? But the journey is not easy, and we want to call on everyone out there, everyone here, to support the initiative. And we have the mobile number over there if you want to support in cash. It's very, very much welcomed. And we want everyone to try and support. A CD can save or can help a student get a lot. There's so much involved. We have to go there every week. Sometimes we want to be giving them food. Some other times we are planning on taking them out as well. So please, every hands on deck, all hands on deck. Let's try and support with 10 CDs, 50 CDs, 100 CDs, 2,000, 10,000, whichever amount is very much welcome and will be appreciated. So you can take the number, it will be posted on the WhatsApp group as well for you to copy from there. So thank you very much once again. And I know that you are dialing the number and you are sending the money and the support. So Dr. Benedicta, you can take over.
All right, thank you so much. So I had news that Dr. Pearl is here. So Dr. Pearl, please, you have the floor.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Pearl. Okay. Okay, so we are not getting Dr. Pearl. Hello, Dr. Pearl, are you here? Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on. So as I said, Dr. Pearl is doing so much to support her. She's our mentor. She's the one leading us as we go to Precept SHS. So a little add-on. So we will be mentoring what we are sharing with you concerning entrepreneurship, concerning personal branding, concerning you branding yourself, positioning yourself, disciplining yourself. We are mentoring students, these 22 students of Precept SHS, for a whole year as our project. We want to eliminate and we want to reduce unemployment in Ghana. Every young person is complaining about unemployment, but this is a burden that is on our hearts, that at the end of these children or these students, their university, their tertiary degrees, they shouldn't be people who will complain about unemployment because of the training or because of the mentorship that will be given them. So that is our main project. This career webinar was also to inspire you that as an African, a young African, you can do much more. And I hope that you've been inspired by our speakers to also up your game, whether in your entrepreneurship or whether in your job search or whatever you are doing. As an African, you can do more. You have the wisdom, you have the insight to do incredibly well in your sector. Don't look at others and then feel like, oh, I am inferior or whatever. Your mates, your colleagues are doing exceptional, and then you can do same. All you have to do is to commit yourself, be disciplined, stop playing the soft life, stop doing the vibe, stop doing things which are not necessary, and start taking responsibility for your life. So at this point, I'll give two people the opportunity to tell us what they are doing. We've been inspired by what Giovanni is doing. So two people here. So our wonderful lead. Okay, so I'll just share with you two names. So Banana App. Kindly share with us. I think some of them have talked about themselves, like Kofi Annan and the rest. So Banana App Foods Limited. Please, you have just 1 minute. We are about closing. Okay, so Banana or Banner Up Foods Limited, if he's not here, then Mr. Trying to get the names. Okay, so Mr. Anthony, he's a graphic designer. So Mr. Anthony, you can continue. If Mr. Anthony finishes, Angela Nathe, you can tell us what you do, and then we will say goodbye. Okay, it seems a number of those who gave us their names are not here, but I'm just giving us 2 minutes. If you are here, you know, you didn't give your name, but you want to share something about what you are doing. You want to share something about what you are doing. 2 minutes, you have the floor. You can tell us anything about your business. You can, I gave my name. So administrator, you gave your name. I'm struggling to get you. So kindly unmute and then share with us what you would like to share based on what you are doing.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I think I'm Isaac. I shared my name earlier. All right. So
Yes.
please can you hear me?
Very clearly.
Okay. All right. So my business, or what I intend doing for some 5 years coming, is what I call the smart technology in waste management. So as I said earlier in the first introduction, so I want to be a little bit snappy as it's 2 minutes. So with this, it's just a thought. I've written it down. It has turned to a vision, and I have boasted that I'll bring it into reality. So as a matter of fact, I've spoken to friends in the US, and some of them are in these big universities, MIT and Caltech, and they are also interested in a vision. So what is the business model? The core offering is smart waste management using Internet of Things, enable sensors, smart dustbins, cloud systems, and tracking software to improve our waste management system. So it's a real-time waste monitoring and collection optimization, cost savings for municipalities and businesses, reduction in environmental impact through better recycling and waste segregation, improved user convenience and compliance with sustainability goals. So our core customers, or people we will love to reach out for, that's our primary customers will be municipalities and government, public waste management companies, secondary customers, residential communities and small cities, environmental organizations. So then our tertiary customers is advertisers, recycling companies to access segregated waste and data. So we also came up with an idea of how to get revenue for that. Because when we sat down and we did some kind of this thing, we saw that we will need 1 million US dollars to start that with our hardware components, our bins, how we insert the sensors and other stuff to make it a real one. So our revenue system is subscription model, free model, data monetization, and maintenance contract. So someone will ask me, how can this replace the old system of waste management? How can what we are doing replace the old system of waste management? Just a minute. Okay, so what is the problem? Traditional waste management is inefficient, costly, and environmental unsustainable. Municipalities and business struggle with waste collection, optimization, recycling, sustainability goals. So our solution, smart waste management system using Internet of Things, enable sensors, smart bins, cloud-based software, and real-time tracking to optimize waste collection and improve sustainability. So why now? And this our generation, why this idea? So growing urbanization, smart city initiatives, and global sustainability
Hello.
goals.
Like you have 10 seconds more.
Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm just giving what the problem of our old system is and our solution to it. I think I'll just end there. So let me state the problem again. So to make it clear, traditional waste management is inefficient, costly, and environmental unsustainable. Municipalities and businesses struggle with waste collection, optimization, recycling, and sustainability goals. So our solution to it is smart waste management system, enable sensors, smart bins, cloud-based software, and real-time tracking to optimize waste collection and improve sustainability. So I think
Thank you. Thank you so
yeah.
much. Thank you so
Okay.
much. You gave us a whole lecture and we appreciate that. I wish, let's say, Damia was around. I wanted her to give you, let's say, hopefully, if any of us here, if we have an advice, something that we could, tell you. But I think that for you to I wanted you to be very brief, tell us what exactly you want to do. And I'm sure, and that's exactly what you were doing. But how far gone are you? What have you been able to tangibly do with regarding this particular initiative? Because it seems that you are saying what we want to do or what we are planning. So I think this is an idea or something that you've not really put, into fruition, or you've not done something tangible, but it's just in the ideation phase, right? It's in the ideation phase. But I would quickly end with this, that it's good that you have an idea, and all of us do have ideas, but let us start now with regards to what Giovanni said. So it may be little, right? You may not have all the 1 million US dollars that you mentioned, but you can start small. So you don't necessarily have to get your startup money, before you start. So if it's something that you have not started, or you have not, started speaking to people or started putting up something, I think it's something that you should look at, because you have such a big project and it contains, or it involves a lot. I think you mentioned 1 million US dollars. So please, for your business or for your pitch, if there's any advice I would personally give you, it will be that you should start something now, even without the 1 million US dollars. Because a lot of us here, a lot of you, some of you were sharing with me, you have great ideas, you have a lot of nice ideas, but you have put such a big amount on your idea that is stopping you. You have a very great project, awesome idea, but you have put $1 million on it, such that the $1 million you have put on it is scaring you. So until you get that $1 million, you are not going to, step up, or you're not going to start. So just take away the money aspect, or take away the huge money aspect, and start with what you have. Start speaking with people, start putting down your plan, start doing something. Don't let the money or the funding scare you. And truly, sometimes when people see what you are doing, that is when they start giving you the money. You will not come and pitch a very nice idea to me. I have not seen anything, and then I'll give you my, my 10,000 Ghana cedis or my 20,000 Ghana cedis. It's until I see that, oh, you have gone to this place, oh, you are looking for a land, oh, you are looking for this, that I can confidently see that, this person is serious with whatever idea he's putting up. So in conclusion, start now. So we will end here, and if Amanda is here, Amanda will give us vote of thanks and pray with us. We have so spent your time, and we hope that whatever time that you have spent with us, it is very, very beneficial to you. So Amanda, please, you have the floor. Kindly close us.
Hello, good evening. Please, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Okay, so I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our incredible speakers for taking their time to share their knowledge and wisdom with us. Your insights have truly inspired us, and we are grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. To everyone here, thank you for your participation and commitment. Let us not just walk away with the valuable information we've gathered today, today, but let it fuel us to take action. May we be not just learners, but doers as well. Thank you. Please, let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you so much for everything we've learned here. We pray that as we have listened, as we have heard, so shall we apply. Let us make and take advantage of any opportunity we have to create the skills and businesses we want to create with you by our sides. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to learn and to grow. Thank you so much for everything. This and many things you asked through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen and amen and amen. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. God bless you. And till you see us or till we call on you next time, it's bye-bye for now. We'll continue the communication on the page. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, Jesus.